Hello, everybody. We should be live. How are we doing this fine? Oh, 1 second. There we go. This fine Monday afternoon. I'm just sat here drinking some nice ginger tea, waiting for the Dragon Age the Veilguard reviews to go live. And I figured, you know what, why don't we all just go through these reviews together like we did with the impressions? And the big hope here is to avoid as many spoilers as possible. So really, I'm going to try and read a few of these, maybe a bit ahead, maybe just read the summaries. We're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with it and try and avoid as many spoilers as possible, because we have literally 3 days until Dragon Age: The Veilguard is upon us, and we are in the end game now, folks. We just need to avoid spoilers. So I believe if I'm not mistaken, because the clocks went back for us in England. We were originally British summertime, and we are now Greenwich Mean Time. So I believe I am currently 4 hours ahead of the East Coast America, which would mean the reviews go up at 3 p.m. my time in 15 minutes, as opposed to what I initially thought it being 4 p.m. Correct me if I am wrong, chat, if anybody knows. But I believe the reviews go up at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be in 15 minutes for me. I believe that is the case. But yes, we have plenty of reviews coming up. I'm only going to read a few of the game journals because I want to avoid as many spoilers as possible. As much as I would love to watch Mr. Matty Plays and a bunch of other YouTube content creators featuring the game and talking about it, we're just going to stick to reading IGN, GameSpot, a few others. Julian, oh brilliant! Oh, I did see that, and I have taken a note of that. Was it Noisy Pixel? Yeah, we're gonna aim to avoid as many spoilers as possible. And so with that, chat, please, and I know you're all lovely and kind and are considerate. Please, no spoilers in this chat. I just put this message here as well, just to reiterate that. I really appreciate it. But you know, we are so close. Even this weekend, I was at Comic-Con, and it was just like, want to know so much about this game, so ready for it. But it's now just like, please don't tell me any spoilers. Speaking of that, I actually met Alex Jordan on Friday and Saturday, and he was so bloody lovely. Honestly, one of the nicest people I've ever met in terms of meeting celebrities. Somebody of his stature. Absolutely incredible man, and I'm so excited to have him voice act my Rook on Thursday. But really lovely, really incredible guy. Told me that he's been watching my content since he got the role. Just an absolute lovely. No, Leonardo, I didn't go to the panel with Sela. I saw that on Saturdays. I was getting the tube to go to the conference. And I missed it because I was in Manchester yesterday. And if I knew about that panel, I would have gone. But I literally checked it on the tube and literally went, you know what? Let's just search Dragon Age on the MCM app just in case. And I saw that and I went, no way. Did you go, Leonardo? I believe I saw. Did you go to the Paris one, Leonardo? You either went to the Paris one or you went to the MCM one. But yeah, I know. I wish I did. I really wish. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you all are at. Oh, Enaloria, can you imagine? Can you imagine if that was the case? I would actually like that to be the case. Yeah, where is chat all watching this from? Also, thank you all so much for joining me. Like, I haven't played the game. I haven't got a review copy. I haven't got anything like that. So thank you all for joining me, as I'm literally going to read reviews. Like, it means so much that you folks are tuning into me this Monday afternoon or Monday morning as we are about to get these reviews. I really appreciate it. Kratos, can you imagine? Oh, Leonardo, let me read this. Talked to Sela on Saturday in Paris. No way. He got nervous when I asked about it. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Okay. In a non-spoilery way, Leonardo, what did you ask? Hello, Heather. How you doing? Georgia, Wisconsin, Australia. Oh, Leonardo. So when Leonardo met Sela Costa on Saturday, he was like, I can't say anything, but put hands up. I'm excited. Oh, Leonardo, that's amazing. Oh, that is amazing. Oh. Yeah, I had a ball talking to Alex Jordan, and I gave him a Dragon Age Taylor's version friendship bracelet. I said, we don't need to talk about the game. I just wanted to say thank you so much for supporting my channel and watching my content and giving me so many lovely compliments. And he was so nice, honestly. He was like, dude, the moment I got this role, I researched Dragon Age and I went to you, and I all I heard for days was, hey folks, Jackdaw here. Hey folks, Jackdaw here. Hey folks, Jackdaw here. And like I was like so humbled to hear that. And that, it was with a natural 6 panel. So there's 6 of them, and they all do a D&D group together. So then he passed the post on to Harry, and then he went to Harry. Harry, this is Jackdaw. And then Harry went, oh, no way, you're Jackdaw. Alex could not stop talking about you yesterday once he saw you. And I was like, flipping heck, like humbling me so much. And then I met Holly Bennett, who used to work at PlayStation and a bunch of other press related, in games journalism basically. And she's been a massive BioWare fan too, so I used to watch her content a couple of years ago. And so she was like, oh, what are these? What are these? Pointing at my friendship bracelets. And I was like, oh, these are Dragon Age Taylor's version friendship bracelets. I'm a Dragon Age content creator, and Alex actually knows of me. But when a Dragon Age trailer came out, I was watching a Taylor Swift show. I was actually there watching Taylor Swift when the trailer came out. So I figured I'd make the connection. And she went, no way, that is amazing. Please, can I have one? I was like, yeah, of course. But she was just excited for Dragon Age as well. And it was just so wholesome, honestly. And also, lastly on this, but the voice actor for Geralt was there. And he actually lives in England. He moved here to marry a Brit, and I was like, oh, can I ask you a question I ask all of my American friends? He was like, yeah, of course. And I was like, what do you think of Heinz beans? Heinz baked beans? Have you had them? Do you like them? He was like, yeah, I love Heinz baked beans. Yeah, they're brilliant. And I was like, yes, an American that isn't scared of Heinz beans. Rest in peace, David Attenborough. Kratos, no. Leonardo, Sela was super excited and told us that the devs were definitely checking socials and what people were thinking and theorizing, and loved our enthusiasm. Him and Elena looked super happy with the crowd. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, brilliant. That is brilliant to hear. I really would have loved to have met Sela Costa. We're mutuals and we've talked about it on Twitter. He's been so lovely in the past 3 years of chatting with him. I would have loved to. I really, really wish I could have met him on Sunday, but no. Did David Attenborough actually just die, Kratos? I can't tell if you're joking right now. That's the thing when you put no spoilers in this. I think if I get rid of it, because that's the thing, people are going to throw in spoilers out. They're going to throw in any kind of attempt. Did David Attenborough die in the past couple of minutes? No, he's still alive. Okay. So, folks, thank you, chat. Right, I'm going to get rid of that, but chat, please, no spoilers. Please, no spoilers. It's a joke, thank you. Yeah. I'm very gullible. Rest in peace, Patrick Stewart. Kratos. Okay, I'll keep it up just for new people who join. Oh, I am literally gullible. Thank you, Brooke, for joining the Swallow Birds. Yeah, not me Googling. Duncanism. Stop it, Kratos. Okay, at least I know not to take Kratos seriously. I love it, though, Kratos. I love it. So for those just joining, the review embargo goes in 8 minutes. So 8 minutes, we've got 8 minutes to chat about really whatever. But what we're going to be doing today is we're just going to be reading games, journal, articles. Kratos, stop. We're going to be reading game journal articles on the Veilguard that drop in 8 minutes. We're going to be going through them as non-spoilery as possible. I may read ahead to avoid spoilers, skim through them, but we're really just looking for an example of what people are saying out there. Games journals, really, just because we can read that content without looking or watching videos, as much as it's killing me to want to watch. Mr. Matty Plays, my favourite YouTuber, watch his content. I really want to do that. But we're just going to be reading the articles, and I'm going to be trying to skim them as much as possible and just seeing what an overall board of ratings are across a variety of media, across a variety of opinions. So quite a fair bit of reading, and I really appreciate you all joining me for this pretty monumental moment, of the Veilguard. I just released a video yesterday, just of the 10-year or the 8-year wait on this channel, and 10 years personally of Dragon Age, and it really means a lot to have you all join me right now for this moment, because the game is 3 days away, and we're so close, and it just means a lot to me that we can all enjoy this together. So thank you all, and I will sip my tea to you. So what I mean by spoilers, yeah, that's a really good point. So spoilers now is really kind of anything post the pre-embargo lift from September. So we like things that I have been talking about has been Oh, that's so cool, Nino. Oh, that's so cool that you're a content writer. Me too, but not in games industry. That's so exciting, Nino. What I would say is, spoilers, yeah, post pre-embargo. So now it's like now it's like the intros of the game, bits of lore on certain characters. It's you know, before we were talking about like Rook and Solas, the new hub, really kind of anything now leading up to the game. I'm kind of just trying to talk about the game now at a very, very blanket level, just so people can enjoy this game now, because I know everybody now is like what a spoiler quantifies now, it's really hard to determine. So really, we're just trying to keep this as minimalistic as possible. Oh, thank you, Julian. It's fantastic. That's spot on. That's spot on. Thank you, Ivan, for the super chat. I am also impatient for my copy. Exactly, Kyle. And I just want to be as non-spoilery as possible. So really, anything post the embargo from September is spoilery. And that covers a lot of things, really. Sela, so back to Leonardo. Thank you, Leonardo. I really appreciate you keeping me updated on this. Sela mentioned that he hadn't been able to see the actual Act 3 in-game, like he knows what happens, but did see the footage yet, since it's been finalised one recently. So crazy to think about. That is crazy. Flipping heck. Thank you all, chat. Thank you, chat, for being all wholesome and nice this morning. I really appreciate it. Or this afternoon, sorry. Really got a good vibe of everybody in the chat, so really appreciate it. We are foaming at the mouth. It's true RPG. We're all ready to play. We all know what we want to do. Now we just kind of want to see what the general mainstream perception of this game is. You know, we're at this moment now. We're at the precipice, as Mafal would say. I'm just refreshing the IGN page, and nothing yet. We just want to see collectively what games journals are saying. But as I do go into this, folks, just as an FYI, just because a lot of games journals say the game's either amazing, great, not good, whatever, this is just their opinion. You are going to be able to determine for yourself in a couple of days what you think and where this falls in line with a Dragon Age game. So whatever the gaming press say, whatever anybody says, even whatever I say, only you, really, is going to be able to determine what this game means to you, and that is just going to be by playing it, by consuming it via Kratos. Sorry, Kratos is trying to get me by spoilering real life events, but only you can determine. Even my opinion, only you can determine it. And if you watch people streaming it, if you watch a bunch of reviews, if you watch the gameplay, whatever way you you kind of quantify what this game means to you, that is all up to you. So regardless of what IGN think, regardless of whoever thinks, only you can really find that out, and however you do that will be what you how you kind of justify what Dragon Age means to you. Like if it's looking at a lot of gameplay and going, that looks really fun to play, or if it's a story. For me, it's the story, it's the characters, it's all that dynamic. It's the closure that we hopefully are going to get with Solas, and hopefully a lot of answers to long-standing questions like the Blight, the Titans, and all those things. I'm less bothered about the gameplay, I'm more bothered about the story, and that's what I'm most excited about. And even Sila Costa himself back in 2020 said that BioWare feel like at this current point they are telling the best Dragon Age story yet. That has me really excited, and so I'm holding it in that regard because BioWare themselves have said that, so we're just going to have to wait and see. But we have 3 minutes, folks, until the embargo. I'm not trusting an IGN. I'm going to get a variety of opinions, and we're going to just see what they're saying. There's no trust here. It's just reading articles and seeing what people's subjective opinions on this game are, where their level of expectations are, what they currently think of Dragon Age, what they thought of his 10-year wait, what they thought, you know. It's all context-based. Again, at the end of the day, how you justify a review, how you justify what this game means to you, it's going to be a very personal thing. Oh, thank you, Evan Parks. Jack, I really appreciate your recap of the series. I loved getting the stories from the comics and books I haven't had the time to read. Thank you, Evan. And that's exactly what it was for. It was for, you know, doing that so everybody can be up to date for it. I know the choice dynamic is kind of like we're iffy on it. We don't really know where that's going. Oh, I accidentally just opened up Photoshop. But like there's still so much lore from Twinter Nights and the short stories and the previous games that in some ways going to be worming into this game, like the nature of the Blight, the Titans, loads and loads of things. Yes, the choice dynamic is upsetting, I get that, but there are still a lot of things that that I think are fundamental to this game, like the Blight. So yeah, that's what that video was made for, but also for people who haven't played the games and don't want to play the games and they just want to jump into Veilguard, like on Thursday, they can just watch that video and go, I know this now from a decent lore standpoint. Hopefully, I can now jump into this game. Right, folks, we are counting down, so we're going to put the IGN up here. I'm doing IGN first because I like to always go and see what IGN think. And we're just going to see what they think. Too much water. Oh, thank you. I will say your surname because I can't pronounce your first name. But Gibran, really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to close chat for a second. Right, let's have a look. Because Kratos is saying it's out. It's not out yet. So we're just going to wait until the articles are going out any minute now. And we'll see what the review is. And we'll see what they think. Right, it's 3 p.m. Let's have a look. Any second now, really, folks. There it is. 9 out of 10. Oh my goodness. Right, folks. Okay, we're not going to watch it. Right. Okay. Let's read this. And we want to avoid... Right, we're going to skim through it first. 9 out of 10 is fantastic. Bloody hell. I know it's IGN. I know. But... Right, we'll read the verdict first. So, this review was by Lena Haffer. So, Dragon Age the Veilguard refreshes and reinvigorates a storied series that stumbled through its middle years and leaves no doubt that it deserves its place in the RPG pantheon. The next Mass Effect is going to have a tough act to follow, which is not something I ever imagined I'd be saying before I get swept away on this adventure. Enjoyable action combat, a fantastic cast of allies with sweeping story arcs, all their own, top-notch cinematic, and moving, nuanced character writing are the wings on which this triumphant dragon soars, pulling out all the stops in a whirlwind tour of Northern Thedas and capping with a terrific finale that's built on memorably tough choices and consequences. If we never get another Dragon Age, at least it got to go out on a high note. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Folks, I know it's IGN, but what a glaring review. That ending there as well. If we never get another Dragon Age, at least it goes out on a high note. That is something that, like, again, I really want a Dragon Age 5, but being at this point in the community, waiting for so long, waiting 10 years for this game, to hear that at least if we don't get another one, it's going to go out on a high. That's exactly what we want to hear, and that's exactly what I want, having spent 10 years on this game. I know it's IGN, but that's a freaking fantastic review. Right, we'll come back to it. Maybe we'll read them all later on. Let's have a look at what other people are saying. Has Kotaku posted their review? Because Kotaku, I really enjoyed their impressions, and that's why I want to go to them next, if they have. Because, yes, they have. Right. Let's see if they've got a verdict first, and then we can check if they've got... anything more than that. So, from their impressions, they said they were very cynical. And from that cynical point of view, they said, actually, we really like the Veilguard. Bearing in mind, we weren't keen on what the game was building up to, or with the multiplayer, with the pivots, with all of the frustrations that all of us have gone through. Let's go to the verdict. Trying to avoid spoilers, of course. No images, because they can be spoilery. Big review. I know we're only getting the TLDR. So I don't think they have a rating, so we'll just read. So here we go. Trying to sum up my thoughts on Dragon Age the Veilguard gives me an uncertain feeling in my gut. And okay, I know this game will be disappointing to those who feel it's not enough of an RPG or who didn't feel like their past choices were represented enough. Okay, that's a fair critique. I know that some people might feel similarly to me, let down by the narrative in the early hours, but taking solace in the chance to make connections with other characters. For some, that might not be enough to push through and reach what I think is BioWare's best ending in nearly 20 years. One that delivers on the promise the game offers at the start. That's a conversation late in the Veilguard. For me, watching BioWare flounder as it chased the success of other studios, the Veilguard feels like the team playing the hits in some ways. It narrows down its focus to a cast of well-rounded heroes, meaningful relationships, and rich world building, with choices that feel close enough to home that they don't have to be kicked down the line to the next game to be impactful. What could have felt like a panicked return to safety instead feels like a measured attempt to remember what made the studio so renowned in the first place. The Veilguard pulls off old tricks with a level of polish unlike anything the studio's done before. There will inevitably be division and scrutiny around every choice BioWare made, but the Veilguard represents the first time in many years I've played a game from this studio that didn't leave me worried about the future. Instead, I'm ready to look forward to it once more. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, that's amazing. Right, next one. We're just reading the summaries for now. We can dive deep later if people want to. I don't think that was a specific rating, which I actually appreciate, because I don't think, yeah. Their recap was, the long-awaited fourth entry in BioWare's fantasy series is just as good. It isn't just as good, it's some of the studio's best work. Okay, next we have Noisy Pixel, who are giving the game, I believe they did rate it 8.5. Here we go. And I like this section. I like it when they split it off. So, the Veilguard may have a few big stumbles along its path to release, as we all know, but ultimately manages to deliver an innovative and fully realised take on the series' world, exploration and combat. The role-playing aspect has taken a minor hit in the process, but the game still boasts one of the best casts in the studio's ever created, an engaging plot and answers to many long-held questions. I just said that before even we started streaming, well, before the reviews came out. I said all I want really is answers to long-held questions. In addition to the best battle system in BioWare history. The good. Putting the player in control. The game's combat is a massive improvement over its predecessor, marrying the idea of commanding your party with a fully realised, real-time action system that keeps fights thrilling. A lovable bunch of weirdos. The cast are consistently enjoyable and understandable, each boasting far more layers than just what's on the surface, and that even includes the customisable player rook and a redesigned world. In addition to looking stellar, the world of the Veilguard has been made much more interesting to explore with a more focused approach to questing that doesn't take away the feeling of discovery. The bad. A lack of variety. The player will have seen effectively every enemy in the game around halfway through, and many boss fights are essentially repeated with extra gimmicks. Okay, fair. A slightly shallower world. The game's role-playing element is absolutely still present, but there really aren't many ways to negatively impact your relationships, and the faction system isn't as deep or as rewarding as it could be. Okay, fair. Before I read the next one, folks, how are we feeling? I'm on cloud 9 reading these reviews, and I've only read 3 so far. Hello, Danny! What you have just missed is that the Veilguard is rating exceedingly well so far on 3 reviews. We're going to look at Forbes next, Paul Tassi, who has been, a fair critique on BioWare, as understandable, because we've had a 10-year wait, we've had so many pivots, we've had a lot of things that have happened just following EA and following BioWare along this development journey. However, a lot of people so far are saying that it's doing really good. We've had an 8.5 review, we've had a glaring review from Kotaku, and we've had a glaring review from IGN. So we're going to continue. I'm going to try and keep up with the chat. I can't do it anymore. I need the game now. Game Rant said, Game of the Year contender. Thank you. Chat, just throw in any thoughts you've got in there. People talking about Mr. Matty Plays' review. I will check that out myself later on. I'm not going to watch it, though, because I don't want to watch any content. We are just reading. Thank you, Sofito, for the compliment. I really appreciate it. It is happening, the beast, man. It is happening. Right, okay. Paul Tassi. Oh, Paul Tassi. Oh, we'll do Forbes. I did just say we'll do Forbes, didn't I? I'm so excited reading these, honestly. We're just reading the summaries as well, folks. We're not going to get into spoilers. We want to keep this a spoiler-free. I haven't played the game. You haven't played the game. So we want to... I know people like spoilers and are divulging in those. I know that the spoilers aren't a big deal compared to the rest of the game. But still, I've been spoiled enough with seeing a lot of the game and hearing things. And now I'm like, right, that's it. I don't care. I just want to play it myself. I don't want to know anymore. So... we want to keep it as much as everybody as spoiler-free as possible. So please, folks, in the chat, do not spoil anything. We will look at Metacritic as well. Right, Forbes. Paul Tassi, again, understandably, has been very critical of BioWare in the past. For those who want, you know, who don't trust IGN, they want a more refined review. Okay, so we're gonna just go to a summary. I get it. I just don't want spoilers, and even the images are spoilery enough. So summaries: 8.5 out of 10. Flipping heck. Right. Is this the game Dragon Age fans have been waiting a decade for? I have no idea. Maybe not. But for me, someone who couldn't get through any of the other games, I often couldn't wait to play more of the Veilguard. It could have used more editing, more gameplay complexity, and maybe more sharper writing parts. But it did many things well, and I enjoyed my time with it quite a bit. Fair. Again, I'm not going to write too much of this because I can see parts of it and it looks a bit spoilery. But Paul Tassi, 8.5 out of 10. Let's get Metacritic up. Sorry, I'm all over the place because this is so exciting. Metacritic. Dragon Age Veilguard. What have we got? I need to close some tabs now as well. Right, currently it's on 83. Right, make sure none of these videos play. So, we'll read these out. This is easier. Here we go. Right. What's chat saying? We can wait 3 more sleeps. Right. Eurogamer 100. A fantasy role-playing game of astonishing spectacle. This is the best Dragon Age, and perhaps BioWare has ever done. Sorry. Bloody hell. Exactly, Villainous Kitty. I'm drinking ginger tea to calm, but it's not working. Game Pro Germany 92. Veilguard is a fantastic action RPG. After a bumpy start, delivers the best story in the series. Yes. No, chat, I'm not going to be watching any videos. I'm not going to be checking anything. I'm not going to be watching anything. We're just reading articles like this as a summary. Don't want to see any video spoilers. Just like this. GameSub 90. The Veilguard feels like it ticks almost all my boxes. It's fun. It's cheeky. Ooh. There are steamy moments. There are freaks. It's a game that feels like it was almost entirely made for me. And while it may not be perfect on a clinical level, it's deeply satisfying to explore. I do need, Heather, you're right, I do need chamomile. I'm drinking ginger. It's not going to help. Forbes, we just read Forbes. Deck Radar. The Veilguard is a mightily impressive return to the fantasy series, offering engaging combat and a charming cast of supporting characters, but it never quite escapes the orbit of its predecessors. Fair. I would like more context on that one, so maybe we'll check that one out. Okay, here we go. 70. Fortunately for fans who've been waiting over a decade for it, the Veilguard mostly succeeds in both heading in a new direction and showing the climax of what's come before, even if the growing pains of its new combat system and an uneven story keep it from being truly great. So they think the story is uneven and they think the new combat system is a hindrance there. Understandable? The Veilguard leaves us with the impression that we bought the wrong title. Instead of a true RPG, we got a mediocre action-adventure game. A scenario stretched to the limit. A poorly constructed world and monotonous gameplay bored me to tears. Okay? Again, haven't played the game myself, just reading people's subjective opinions of the game. What else have we got? So, Shack News. This is formulaic BioWare set in a fantasy fiction story with the feels of a summer movie. And while we think it's a very well put together game, we ultimately couldn't find the oomph that could push it over into greatness. The Veilguard leaves us with the impression that we bought... Okay, we read that one. GLHF on Sports Illustrated. There are moments where the Veilguard is BioWare's best game, okay? But it is bogged down in everything else. I'd recommend skipping the throwaway side content and mainlining the brilliant main quest. But you'll be punished in the final mission if you do, okay? So you do have no choice but to fast travel from combat encounter to combat encounter, all while wondering where the moral dilemmas are in a series known for its player choice. Like the character I created at the start of this journey, I can't separate the Veilguard from its history, and this isn't the Dragon Age I remember. Thank you, Miss Putini! Thank you, Miss Putini. Dragon Age the Veilguard is a triumphant return to form for one of gaming's most loved developers. It's an epic and grandiose RPG adventure, interwoven with intimate, powerful stories about its cast of endearing and quirky companions. It is truly a stunning world to explore, with hidden secrets, alluring side quests, and a literal treasure trove of lore to comb through. Its tight, in-depth combat systems and breadth of accessibility options deliver highly personalized experience. But beyond the adventure itself, it's another shining testament to diversity and inclusivity polished to near perfection in its presentation. Put simply, the Veilguard is Dragon Age at its most captivating, a truly generational adventure that is as heartfelt as it is thrilling. Press Shot Australia. The Veilguard is a triumph for BioWare in practically every way. It brings together the best bits of all the games that have come before it, pairing an intricately woven narrative, ripe with genuine choice and consequence, with a fast, frantic, and endlessly satisfying combat system. The Veilguard, without a doubt, is Dragon Age at its best. Eurogamer, put simply, a fantasy role-playing game of astonishing spectacle. This is the best Dragon Age and perhaps BioWare has ever been. I really want to read their review, to be honest. The Veilguard revives the series nearly a decade after Inquisition. BioWare successfully builds on past storylines, delivering well-developed characters and dynamics that make the world feel alive, even in the player's absence. Visually and technically updated, the game introduces essential innovations while retaining the core essence that fans love. This is a new one, I believe. While it looks and plays... Hello, JD Media. How you doing? While it looks and plays differently than past Dragon Age games, the Veilguard doesn't abandon either its rich trove of lore or ability to tell engaging stories. The Veilguard has memorable companions and action-focused combat that contains more than enough depth to see it through to the end. Polished and confident, the Veilguard feels like a return to form for the developer. The Veilguard gives us a beautiful world to experience, interesting companions to explore it with, and action that grows increasingly more nuanced throughout. And we got another one, Malditos Nerds. The Veilguard is one of the best RPGs I've played in years, and can be compared head-to-head with the best exponents of the genre. That, to me, feels like Baldur's Gate 3. Every design decision demonstrates BioWare's commitment to the legendary franchise, and evidences their intention to return to the saga's origin. PC games. Veilguard is a fantastic role-playing game with action-packed battles, lots of exploration potential, great characters, and an incredible amount of lore and epic stories. Voxel. Even with its flaws, the Veilguard is definitely worth giving a chance. And if you let go of the weight of expectations created over the last 10 years, you might actually be surprised by what the game and characters have to offer. Of course, as with the Veilguard, the decision is entirely in your hands. I don't know about you folks, but I'm literally getting a little bit emotional reading all of these, just seeing the gleaming positivity. Yes, we are in the higher ends of reviews, but even Forbes, even Kotaku, even lots of people who have been skeptical, understandably, of the game, who have critiqued BioWare to a pigeonhole, even those kind of mindsets are very positive right now. Even Forbes being like, I didn't hate it, I actually really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to play it again. All respect to Paul Tassi, respect to people who reacted to this game negatively, but he was very critical of BioWare, and to say that he's enjoyed it is pretty good. And again, we're all going to have to measure this on our own level when we play the game on Thursday ourselves, but still, this is so good to see from a mainstream, casual point of view, that people are playing this game and they're super, super excited. Chat, what are we saying? What are we saying, chat? So, excited? Bioware's here to stay and seems like they're killing it. Exactly, Haven. Flipping exactly. Oh, thank you, Ozzy. I appreciate it. Literally, if I could, yeah, if I could make that noise myself, I would. Literally, Kyle. Literally, honestly. Like, the tribute video I made yesterday, it feels like, for me, I'm a fan of the action RPG approach. Bioware, apparently, the best story they've told ever. For me, this sounds like it's everything I've wanted it to be and more. It just can't come any sooner. Thank you, Christian, for watching me live, my good buddy Christian. I don't know if you're still watching. Hell yeah, Christian. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Right, I'm going to take a second to breathe and check my Discord. How are we feeling, folks? Oh, man. I need to practice some casual breathing. Let's read chat. It can come sooner. Use the TARDIS, JD. I know. Should I get my sonic screwdriver? Exactly, Miss Potatino. Exactly. The reviews are just a guide. Subjective people have played it early, people who haven't played it for 100 of hours. But they're saying good things. But they're a guide for how you are going to shape it when you play it yourself. For me, I am excited by the direction Bioware going in. Sila Costa saying that it's the best story they've ever told and that's what they're aiming to do. That's what's got me excited. And the fact that reviews are saying that, very exciting. Thank you, chat, for being understanding. I appreciate it. Yes, Villainous Kitty. Yes. The thing is, like, I'm going to review this game in probably like a month or 2 weeks myself. And that will be like a proper, full-on story, deep dive. Because obviously the reviewers don't have the time to do that. So again, I get that. There's also aspect too. As a hardcore fan, how is this going to review differently for us who want all of the mysteries answered and want to get all those tinfoil levels? I know there'll be creators who played the game already and they will do that too. But I'm going to give it like potentially 2 replays and then offer my like 100 to 150 hour review. Because the thing about reviewing RPGs early that I've seen with Fallout 4, for example, is you review Fallout 4 early, you think there's so many choices and so many mechanics going on, and then actually you play it again and you go, oh, actually, my second playthrough is quite similar. And obviously it's an RPG at the end of the day. It's a game at the end of the day, sorry. They have to streamline it in some capacity, but you think there's so many branching out choices, and there really isn't. But, you know, I will give it my time as a hardcore tinfoiler and see what we can think of it. Hey, Villainous Kitty. Yeah, Tyler, exactly. Filter by platform? Well, we can have a look at some PC reviews if that's going to help. By why, though? The Veilguard is a massive new world full of thoughtful stories, epic battles, and their beautiful visuals to accompany them. This round of companions is among the most interesting, thoughtful, and downright charismatic, and adventuring with them made for an unforgettable journey. Yes, the caster, send her to the Blooming Rose. Danny, I agree. Has anybody pre-ordered the game yet? I pre-ordered it this morning myself from an independent coffee store. From an independent game store close to me. I really wanted to support a local... Villainous Kitty, you're making me. I really wanted to support a local game store as well. And I'll be getting it physically. So I'm going to be doing that. I just wanted to do that for someone local to me. Of course, I'll be getting it on PC as well, across PC and PlayStation. But, my goodness. You know, just to see gleaming reviews is really great. Ultimately, though, I'm excited just to play it myself. Julian, I'm weak. Yes, Julian. So, Ozzy Sky says, I do feel like the story is very much going to be set on what you can do. And most likely, the difference comes in with the side content. Yeah, that's what it seems like, Ozzy. That's the vibe I'm getting since they seem so lore heavy. And that's the thing, like, I guess if you do just plow along the main story and you're gonna like rush through it, like you're not gonna get that aspect of it. Like, you know when you play Mass Effect 3 and you breeze through it and you don't get all the war assets, and yes, I know controversially the ending of Mass Effect is quite different anyway. You don't get the other different coloured ending. But like when you do all the side content, you get more war assets, and then you do get that better ending. I'm getting an inkling that, again, talking this non-spoilery because I don't know myself as a fan, maybe the side content is going to come in clutch here. We'll have to see. But that's the thing, if you rush through the game, you breeze through it and you're reviewing it and you only got a week to play it, you're not going to get all that side content done because you're going to go you're going to go main quest, get that game out so I can get that done so I can then finish the game and see what it's like. But for all of us who are going to be taking our time and leaving the internet for a month, you know, we're going to have the time to do all that side content. I know for a fact I will be. I want my first playthrough not to be rushed. I don't want to be thinking about content creation, to be honest with you folks. I want to be playing this game and enjoying it. Thank you, Hidalgo. I really appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Hell yes, Kitty. Kitty, what did you say before? I saw you. Oh, Heather. Yep, Heather. Yep, that is true, Heather. Anybody got the Rux Coffer? Is it close to coming? How far away is it? I really want to get it physically. I hate waiting for things to come in the mail. Literally, I'm like a menace to that stuff. Yes, Floofer. First playthrough, just sniffing that air again. And spending so long in the character creator. My idea of what I'd love to do is play the game and maybe stream like over the weekend creating my Taylor Swift playthrough. I will show you the logo I've got for those streams. Beep boop. The only worry I have about doing my Dragon Age Taylor's version streams is just spoilers coming in clutch. That's the only thing, because I do not want this game to be spoiled. That's the only thing. So we'll see. We'll see. I think what I might do is try and play the game, get to the end of Act 1, and then start streaming it slowly, weekly. We'll see. Haven, your Rux Coffer's coming on the 30th. Amazing. Haven, please can you take so many pictures of it? Please. Oh, Nino, really? Oh, it's fantastic, Nino. Nino says that the IGN review, they played nearly 100% of it clear for this review. Yeah, Ozzy, like Mass Effect 3. Exactly, Floofer. CC is a game on its own. Yeah, Fists of Floor, please let me know what she thinks. Please do. I'm not going to be watching any video reviews because I'm happy with doing this, reading press, seeing a variety of these opinions, and that's it. I don't want to see any more of this game. I just want to play it now. I'm convinced. I was convinced a long time. I was convinced of the impressions. It was Kotaku that really convinced me. They really did, because their impressions was they were a critic. They had been very skeptical, understandably, and that playing the game won them over. And that's what the perspectives I like to hear. Hell yes, Snowfox. We just read IGN's review. I haven't seen Matty's. No, I haven't seen Matty's. I'll check my... I'm not going to watch any. I might listen to it, though. Thank you, Fluffer, for joining us. Really appreciate it. Really, Ethan? Okay. I will check Matty's. I love Matty as a creator. So I will check that out for sure. I will. I'll give it a listen, but I won't check out here. I think WCCF Tech is different here. The Veilguard, BioWare has largely returned to its roots, casting aside the temptations of open world and /or live service games. Instead, Veilguard is a great mission-based RPG with a memorable story that will leave Dragon Age fans enthralled by the revelations. Ooh! An action combat system that perfectly blends action and tactics and lots of loot and secrets to uncover through its 80-hour playthrough. Okay, so an average 80-hour playthrough. Fall, we are reading a bunch of non-spoilery the Veilguard reviews, sorry, not impressions, reviews from a lot of press. And it's seemingly really, really good. People are saying that Mr. Matty hates it. I'm going to watch his video in my own time. I'm sure there's context. Hello, Powder Monkey. How you doing? Same, Eliza. The last trailer made me so excited as well. Yeah, really good reviews. So, Windows Central for PC have said the combat is widely different and the tone varies, but the characters here are the same vital, meaningful core that BioWare is known to deliver. While far removed in many ways from the fantasy franchise I grew up loving, the Veilguard takes its place by prior adventures in Phaedus with pride. Like the hero Ferelden, Hawk, and the Inquisitor before them, Rook shows that Dragon Age isn't out of tricks just yet. What a gleaming review. The Guardian, I don't read The Guardian in my own... do I read The Guardian? No, I read the... yeah. I mean, let's see what The Guardian have to say. There is a lot of things to do in this huge and beautiful fantasy world, but inconsistent writing and muted combat dull its blade. Could do with more context there, but okay, that's their opinion. VG247. The Veilguard is full of heart and soul. It's also got some great ideas. Conversely, many of those ideas feel like they struggle to get out first gear, and those that do find it harder still to make it to third. Simultaneously, feeling polished to within, an inch of its life in places and utterly half-baked in others, it's as baffling as it is engaging, as frustrating as it is fascinating. Interesting. Yeah, JD Media, exactly JD Media. Rock, paper, shotgun. There is so much else that is impressive and charming about Veilguard. The absurdly elaborate and expensive finale that caps off companion questlines, lavish, unique areas, rolled out for a visit or two, then never again. How story moments of real threat and menace stops me in my tracks, because it turned out that BioWare wasn't disinterested in this stuff, just saving it for when it really counted. Ooh. The fantastic prose and world building is huge glossorily, filled as you find notes and items. Interesting. Hello, Elizard. Veilguard is reviewing really well. Currently sitting at 79 on Metacritic. You've got 9 positive reviews, 3 mixed reviews, 0 negative reviews. Folks, I'm going to get some crisps quickly. I hope you don't mind me eating crisps on stream, but I'm a little bit peckish. But let me get some crisps. I'll be back in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Quick tea break. Okay, I'm back. It's not working now. Give me a second. I'm back. So, we are eating, the crisps of the day is M&S Thai Sweet Chili, because we're feeling posh for the Veilguard and its gleaming reviews. Jack, you eat so much crisps. I do. I think we should all get crisps. Tyler, let me know what she says, please. Yeah, exactly, Aliza. I love me an absurd finale. The finale sounds amazing. Miss Putino, you tell him. You tell him. Chat. You know what you need to do. Get some crisps. Let's eat crisps and talk Dragon Age. Raid your pantry, Heather. Please, get some crisps. I mean, that's very posh. I was in Trafford Centre and there was only an M&S. Lindsay, good. Lindsay, that's a really good question. I wonder how many of the negative reviews are actual Dragon Age fans. People are messaging me. Oh. Christian, are you still watching me? Hey, Christian's still listening to me. My good friend Christian. Shout out to Christian who's listening to this while at work. Right, what else we got? That was PC. They changed per platform, I believe. Checkpoint we've read. Oh, Game and Bible. Okay. The Veilguard is exactly what we needed after Inquisition. From the moment I stepped onto Manrafis' streets, it felt like coming home. After such an agonizing wait, hasn't it just been? The franchise I adore is back as strong as ever. It respects what's gone before while also welcoming change and innovation. Did we read Game Rant? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. The Veilguard certainly closes a chapter for Dragon Age as a whole. Ooh, but one can't help but look more brightly at the future. Oh, okay. Again, haven't played it. Pure speculation. Does that mean Morrigan's going to inherit the next age? We're going to get the next age? Like, it sounds like they're closing it off, maybe letting it be open in the future, but like, oh my lord. Right, but one can't help but look more brightly at the future. One where BioWare has seemingly broke a curse it has been shackled with for years. As labyrinthine as a task it would have seemed, the Veilguard is a promise to fans that BioWare is one of the best storytellers in the medium, one capable of bombastic gameplay, an enthralling narrative that lingers for years. What a gleaming review. Bloody hell. I like the name of these, Digital Chumps. See, Elisa, that's what I was thinking too, because it technically is every 100 years. But that's the thing. Unless we're going to... it's... Because I would think that the end of the Dragon Age would be literally like aging a new... naming a new age. But I'm not sure. Because, yeah, normally it is every 100 years. Yeah, JD Media for sure. I'm thinking, and again, to reiterate, haven't played it. We are tinfoiling, pure speculation. This is no spoilery content because, I have no flipping clue. But I'm thinking Act 3, maybe Veil comes down. We get a lot of answers to long-standing questions about the Blight, about the Titans, the Elven Gods, that kind of stuff. And then, like, it answers so many questions. We deal with Elganan, and we deal with Gillinan, and then we deal with Solas. And it leaves whatever is left, which I think is Mafal. And if that to be a new game or not, I'm not sure. But this game has 3 acts. And apparently Act 1's the biggest, and Act 2 and 3 are smaller. But, there's so much content in this game, we don't know what is really ahead. But the end of a Dragon Age, I think, would be... personally, dealing with Mafal, because we kind of think that Mafal is kind of eponymous of the Dragon Age from the Stolen Throne, when there was a dragon first sighted, and we kind of attribute that to being Mafal, but who really knows? That's what I think, and the fact that Morrigan is the next inheritor of the next age is kind of what I think too. But yeah, again, chat, no spoilers. I do see people worried about spoilers in the chat. Please, come on, talk about spoilers. But yeah, what do you folks think? Again, no spoilers, but just tinfoiling, thinking about it, thinking about how you things could go. Heather says that Matty, in the end, speaks very highly of the end of the game. Very highly of the end of the game. Okay, brilliant. I get that, Andrew. I do get that. Hell yeah, Powder Monkey. JD Media, also a good point, because then I think the series, if it were to do something different, it should do something like a New Age, Griffin Age, don't know, Elven, the Veil is Down Age. Mwahaha. Hello, Gareth Green, how you doing? I love that evil laugh. Mwahaha. What we got? Hell yeah, Sabamo. Hell yeah. So Tyler says from Gilda Fallon, she left an overly positive review, but did mention a few things she was mildly disappointed with, but overall really enjoyed the game, especially the ending. Ooh. That is something that is, yeah, the ending. I see Lucy has got crisps. Go on, Lucy. What are you eating? What flavour are they, Lucy? Go on, Lucy. Right. I see the problem. Chat, give me 2 seconds. Okay, I do see Mr. Matty's video. It does say WTF happened. I will watch it, though. I won't watch it right now, but I will watch it later on. I do love Matty. I do love Matty. And I can appreciate his opinion. Right. Give me 2 seconds, chat. I'm going to deal with something that is annoying everybody. So. Cheese flavour. Oh. It does, doesn't it, Elise? It does. Oh, go on, Heather. I love flame grilled steak. Oh, right. Give me a second. Here we go. Hell yeah, Philippines boy, got time off work. Anybody else got time off work? Right, here it is. There we go. There we go. Okay, sorted. Right, anyway, where were we? I got what's it? Yes, a lizard. Thai sweet chili, so good. Took a week off. So, let's refresh. See if there's anything more to add. So apparently Matty doesn't like it. Or apparently gets more positive towards the end. I'm going to see for myself when I do watch his video. But I do love Matty. I respect his opinion. Appreciate him as a creator. He's brilliant. It wouldn't approve your time off? No! 3 days off. Right, anything new? Let's have a flick through. Xbox. A week off. Nice. So, Xbox era. The Veilguard isn't just in my Game of Year rankings. It's in my best games of all time. BioWare has finally matched their recent excellent third-person combat with some of, if not their best, story work to date. This game is an absolute triumph for those old and new to the series. For those who've seen Mr. Matty's review, did he say anything about the story? Because all I am seeing constantly throughout these reviews is how good the story is. The ending is fantastic, and everybody has said that, and the story's amazing. The gripes I've seen is the combat and the lack of RPG-ness, the lack of dynamics between the factions, with them having limiting choices, the side content being middling. That's the negatives I've seen so far. Oh, what's this, Leonardo? Oh. Hello, Ronashi, how you doing? We're looking at all the reviews for Veilguard, which is reviewing really, really well. What is Xbox Era? Good question. Xbox Era is an Xbox-based publication. Do they have an about? They don't have an about. So they are an independent publication, neither affiliated nor authorized, sponsored, or approved by Microsoft. So what did Matty say about the story, folks? Did he say anything about the story? Because all I'm seeing is how good the story is and the ending, which is, yeah. So game, again, a review on Xbox, if anybody is playing on Xbox. BioWare is back, and while they're not reinventing the wheel here, they've made exactly the game we wanted them to make. An exclusively single-player RPG that is narratively anchored, far more linear, with all the content tailored and organised by skilled designers, all without the bloat that may have criticised Starfield for consisting of. What you have here is lean and mean, and it puts BioWare on a really exciting trajectory where it's finally possible to see light at the end of the very dark tunnel they've been in for a long, long while. It's not a perfect RPG, but it's a pretty damn good one, to say the least. Fantastic. Therefore, we haven't looked directly into all of them. We've just been looking at like the headlines because I don't want to get into spoiler territory. But I have seen people say that the companions are some of the best, if not the best, that BioWare have done. Oh, Fletcher, how goes your replay of Inquisition? How far in are you? Will you have enough time? Yeah, I'm in the same boat, Danny. I'll say it one last time. I really like Mr. Marty as a creator. He's my favourite content creator of all time. If he doesn't like it, that's absolutely fine. I'm sure he'll have a reason. I will watch his video later on about looking. But if he doesn't like it, it's absolutely okay. I'm sure he'll have his reasons. So apparently Matty says it doesn't feel like Dragon Age to him. Absolutely fine as well, though. The thing for me is every single Dragon Age game is different. So what you have in Origins and what you have in 2 and what you have in Inquisition to now Veilguard, they're all different. So what you gravitate to the most means that you're probably not going to like, you know, you're going to have your own attributes of what Dragon Age means to you and what you like about it. And with the Veilguard going down a very narrow approach because it has to, because it's a game at the end of the day and it has to be made by a bunch of developers. They can't make our dream ideal Dragon Age game for every single person in the community. They've had to make choices, and so they've gone for an action RPG approach. Some people will love that, some people will hate that. If you're a fan of Inquisition and Origins, you might not like that. If you're a fan of Dragon Age 2, you probably will like that. And kind of more modern games like God of War, you're probably going to like that a lot. But of course, people have already said when the impressions came out that this will be the most divisive Dragon Age game yet. You may love it, you may despise it. You know, we're only going to find out for ourselves. And that's why we've got to temper, you know, not temper your expectations, but there are very good gleaming reviews, but only you can decide what it means for you. Thank you, Heather. Really appreciate it. Oh, Heather, you're a real one. Thank you, Heather. Maybe I'll listen to his review later on. But I do love Matty. I'm sure he'll have his opinions. Matty likes Skyrim and Fallout, which I really didn't compare to their predecessors, so I'm not too worried. It's also okay if people don't like the game. It's absolutely okay. There may be things about this game that you may prefer. There may be things that you don't like. For me, like, controversially, Inquisition's my favourite game because of the time it came out, what the Inquisitor means to me as a character, you know, introducing Solas, the companions and cast. My favourite romance option in the Dragon Age game, Josephine Montilia. Even though Liliana is up there, still Josephine has my heart. And Solas and Cole, the dynamics of that. And, you know, when I was 10 years ago, when I was 16 playing Inquisition, I didn't have much money because I was 16. And so when I did play a game, I played a game for hours on end, and loved sucking up as much content a game had. And with Inquisition, it was a game with so many hub-based worlds, so many fetch quests that, yes, that's annoying now, and yes, it was annoying when it came out, but for me, you know, having so much time in the world and needing escapism, all that content, that massive open world, all those fetch quests, as fetchy as they were, meant the world to me because I was sinking so much teeth into this game. I was spending so much time on it, getting so many courtesy entries, reading up on the lore, you know, picking up on it, getting all that party banter and enjoying as much of this game as I could, spending, I think it was £60 on a game when I didn't have much money anyway. So, like, that meant so much to me. Then, now, obviously, hindsight kicks in, busier person, full-time job, etc. Different landscape for me to be in. But it meant a lot for me. it meant a lot for me for that time. So yeah, no, yeah. So for me, that's why Inquisition, subjectively, in my own opinion, is it's my current favorite. But obviously, what we all attribute to Dragon Age is completely different. So yeah, yeah, Nino. Being a Gen Z, I find a lot of players in my generation like that. Those who strive for 100% completion. Yeah, Danny, exactly. That's the spirit, Danny. Exactly. Hell yeah, Kyle. Hell yeah. Right, any more reviews? None on the Xbox. I wish I could do all platforms. I'll go back to the digital trends. That looks new, I think. I'll pause this so it doesn't play. Hello, David Beckham. 84 Metacritic currently. Look at that. And that's just back to where we were before. Oh, we can check recently added. So digital trends say the Veilguard is a return to. Oh yeah, we read that one. No, we didn't. It's a return to form for this once lauded RPG studio that should satiate Dragon Age fans quite well for after a decade-long wait. Yes. But returning to form and perfecting form are not the same thing. BioWare has plenty of room to regrow as it gets back on track, making the kinds of games RPG fans want them to create. Oh, we're talking about Doctor Who. Did I see Doctor Who in the chat? Yeah, yeah, that's a brilliant point, Persimmon Plays. What a brilliant point to make. Each Dragon Age game is like comparing each Doctor in Doctor Who. They all have their unique idiosyncrasies, unique traits and personalities, and you gravitate to some at a certain time, and you have your own favourite. That's such a good point to make. Inquisition is my fave and my first. I absolutely adore it. It's so special to me. Especially Trespasser. Yes. I really like Inquisition. I started with Origins, loved 2, but Inquisition for me, right time, right place in my life, right time. Love the Inquisitor. You know, so many aspects of that character I really gravitated to. Yeah, really enjoyed it. And that's what got me into content creation too. So there are so many things about Inquisition that define me as a person, this channel, the wait for this game. What it motivated me to create content, to share my bit of madness on the internet, and so on. It's a good point, Potato Cat. It's a good point. Nino says, Stolas was the one character in the franchise that actually spoke to me on a deep level. There's no way I'm not going to play this new game. Exactly, Solas. Apparently we're getting closure, whatever that looks like, and I cannot wait. More of his character. It's going to be amazing. Hopefully. And it seems like it's going to be amazing. One of the best endings Bio have ever told, according to reviews. Alice says that their canon Inquisitor is so special to them. I love her and I will cry when I get to create her in Veilguard. Oh, yes! I cannot wait to see the Inquisitor coming back. What rooks are we all creating? Tell me your faction, your class, and your race. That's what I want to know. Okay, let's have a read of this. Yeah, it's true, Hidalgo. It's true. And that's okay, Rokito. That is just one man's opinion, one man that I really deeply respect, and I'm open to hearing his opinion for sure. I love Matty, and I'll check his video out, but I'll listen to it later on. But love Matty, and I'm sure he'll have his reasons. I'm sure this game isn't going to gel with every single person. It quite possibly can't. You know, a lot of us in the community are already a bit, understandably. Again, I'm not, understandably annoyed at the lack of choices. You know, the art style might not be to people's likings, or you know, people don't like Solas as a character. My friend Christian, who's listening, I think, doesn't like Solas as a character, and now he has to endure him throughout the entire game. There'll be things that people just don't like, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, people putting their rocks in. What we got? Leonardo, Shadow Dragon, Mage, Elf, Morn Watcher, Elven Warrior. Go on, Wicked. Human Crow, Rogue, Shadow Dragon, Elven Rogue, Antivan Crow, Mage, Elf. Hell yeah. Elf or Human, Spellblade, either Shadow Dragon or Crow. Ooh. Antivan Crow, Mage, Elf. Mage. I see a lot of mages. Rogue. Rogues look so good this time as well. Obviously, they've always been really good, but I'm like torn between a rogue and a warrior. I'm gonna go warrior first, but rogue looks so fun. Okay, thank you, Heather. Heather said she stopped watching Matty's. It's not outrightly spoilery, but it's felt somewhat a bit spoilery for me. Just gonna watch it after I've played it. Thank you, Heather. Really appreciate it. I will maybe listen to it. I'd like to listen to it. Literally, rip Christian indeed. Christian, what are you going to do with Solas in your ear all the time, man? Oh, man. Are we still doing crisp gang, by the way, folks? Are we still eating crisps? Rogues got the glow up. They really did. They look so fun. I think one of them has a cannon. It's crazy. Oh, yes. Next question, chat. Who are we romancing first? I know we haven't had time to read. I mean, Vows and Vengeance gave us enough time, but like, oh, my nose. Sorry. My, Vows and Vengeance gave us enough time, but even based on those impressions and what we've seen, what is people thinking about romance? So, Thea Fall. Incidentally, I'm naming all my rooks after Corvids because I think it's funny. I think I'm going to name my Lord of Fortune rogue Jackdaw because Jack is a classic name for the pirate aesthetic. Ah, go on, Thea, do it. That's amazing. No crisps, only pot noodles. Oh, I love a pot noodle. Heather, I've finished my crisps and now I'm on some Kinder Bars. Oh, my favourite chocolate. I love white chocolate Kinder Bueno. Okay, here we go, chat. Lucanus, Nino, Miss Potatino. Polygon calls the characters a cast of lovable weirdos, and don't we love it? Lucanus. Okay, all right, okay, I see, okay. So, Spamo, Lucanus, Heather, Emmerich, even Nev or Lucanus, Kyle, Lucanus, Leonardo, Lucanus, Danny, Lucanus, Ethelyn, Emmerich, Lucanus, Susan, Leonardo, locked in on Lucanus. Wicked Fox, Ballara. I'm torn between Nev and Ballara. Davrin has Miss N. Wilson's heart. Aspen, Lucanus, murder husband. A lizard, Lucanus or Tash. Sorry, my throat. My tea went cold, actually. For the first time ever, besides doing Rook Club last Wednesday, I let my tea go cold. It's still good, though. It's like ginger. It's all right. Alice, Emmerich. Powder, Emmerich. Heather, Lucanus. Thea, Lucanus. And then Nev. Hi, Warrior. Nev, the Ice Queen. Eric, Harding. First Harding in the chat. Lots and lots and lots of Lucanus love. You all love Lucanus. Lewis, Nev. Oh, where was it? Ah, I lost it. Oh, I forgot who said it. Where is it? Oz said that Vows and Vengeance made them consider Emmerich even more. Kinder Bueno, indeed, Heather. Kinder Bueno. Gonna romance them all. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna create 8 characters all on launch day and go, right, there's my dwarf, there's my Cunari, there's my human rogue, there's this, Eight different characters for each of the romances. And then have to choose to romance somebody twice, which is fine. I am so excited for Emmerich. Genuinely, can't wait to romance Ballara or Nev, but Emmerich is going to be so excited to meet him, see whatever his quest is. Don't want to know if you've already seen it. I don't want to know. I want to keep it spoiler free, please. But I am so excited just to see what is going to go on with that. Because again, hypothetically, don't know what's happened. Don't want to know. Hypothetically, going to the necropolis and meeting him and Manfred, his dynamic, I cannot wait. Really can't. I think he's going to be my favourite companion. I really do. Kitty, you're supposed to be cleaning your house. Kitty, you have to listen to all the Dragon Age positive reviews. No, I'm joking. So we've got more reviews now. I see it was on 44. Generally favourable. Where's recently added? So we've already seen those ones. I can't see the new ones. IGN Italia. Veilguard is more than a decent return for BioWare's fantasy series, thanks mainly to a compelling storyline and a good combat system. However, the graphic compartment, the lack of RPG depth, and very repetitive gameplay gimmicks contribute to the lowering final rating. Okay, fair. Decent criticism. That to me sounds like I should play as a class that is fun to play, and that I have fun smashing every single enemy. And I think a two-handed Slayer will be fun. I can't remember if we read Brazil, but we'll read Brazil. Veilguard may not be the perfect culmination of a 10-year-old wait, but it entertains with mistakes and successes in a story that condenses as much as possible about Thedas, with new and old faces while presenting difficult gameplay styles and standing out when it allows player to escape from their main objective. Danny, no, bye Danny, no. Alice, I live, breathe, and sleep Emmerich. I had a dream of his recruitment mission was finding tubes of paint for him for his office. Alice, that's amazing. I love that. Painting with Manfred, can you imagine that side quest? Oh. Yeah, Matt Mercer as Manfred is so good. Oh, Tash and Harding seem to be the least popular. Based on his chat, for sure. I mean, Lucanus seems the most popular as well. Manfred, final boss, Lewis, no. Heather says, I gave a very broken Cyberpunk 9 out of 10 when it came out. Saw through the flaws and fell in love with everything that it was. Negative reviews don't worry me. Veilguard is going to be amazing, I think. I genuinely, 100% unabashedly loved Cyberpunk at launch. Bearing in mind, didn't know anything about the marketing, didn't follow the marketing, bought it on a really good PC that ran really well, and it was built for PC, and I loved it, and I was aware after the fact of the controversy, but I got that game, and it was during the pandemic anyway, so I was in a bunker anyway, so I was kind of I wasn't bothered. And it was also the time we got the Dragon Age 2020 trailer, so I had done so much on content that I was taking a break from social media, and loved it. Genuinely loved it. Again, it's all about what you define and what you like. If you find enjoyment in this game, fantastic. If you don't, that's okay. That is okay. But I'm sure the people, again, good reviews though. It's not like the thing is, it's not like, and I'll try and open a new tab. Mass Effect Andromeda. So far, and I don't want to make this comparison yet, but like Mass Effect Andromeda had a very, there was a consensus. Whereas Veilguard, there's a consensus of it being positive and mixed. Jack, are you scared? No, I'm not scared. A lizard, what a good question. I do too, about the romanceable skeleton. I wonder if it was a reference to Manfred or what it was. Mage companion betrayal? For sure, right? Unless we are the betrayer. So overall score. It's currently 84. Yeah, spoiler free. We are doing spoiler free. Oh, Wicked Fox, what a good shout. Romancing the massive skeleton from the trailers. Hell yeah, Virginia! Yes! Now we just have to survive. So tell me, chat, how many people in the chat have actually been looking at spoilers online, who know a lot about this game? Because genuinely, I have not looked at a single thing on any other creators or press watching videos besides IGN. And I don't want to know. I'm just asking as a question, how many people have been interested in looking at the spoilery content? Oh, Miss Pototini, what a good question. I think it will be a good contender for Game of the Year. A lot of people have been saying that, and I really think it'd be fun if we all clown again, but clowning again, trusting. This is like we can judge this in 3-4 weeks time when we've all played the game. But if I think that the Veilguard is Game of the Year material, I'm going to clown the Game Awards for Veilguard to be Game of the Year. Because if it is my Game of the Year, then I'm gonna clown for it. But I hope so, and I reckon so, and I'll be clowning for it either way. Again, if I love it. No spoilers. Nope. Cool. So one leaked cutscene which didn't show anything noteworthy. Cool. Not me. Yeah, Alice. I'm the same. Avoided all hearts. Cool. Good chat. Good. I appreciate it, chat, because we're in the same boat. We are in the same boat. Avoiding spoilers because we've been waiting for yeah, exactly, Elizabeth. Yeah, Virginia, I'm not going to stream playing it for the first time because of spoilers, and I just want to enjoy it, make mistakes and stuff like that. But I am contemplating. Oh, thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Mr. Holton, I think that's how you say his name, or Holton, is a brilliant content creator. We are mutuals. He's lovely. Chatted to him a few times. What was I going to say? I might stream after I've played Act 1, then stream and create Taylor Swift for like a while, because it'll take me ages to recreate her. But yeah, I definitely want to stream this week playing it, but we'll see. I really, I've been waiting 10 years for this game, 8 years on YouTube. I really don't want it to be spoilt for me. And I know it won't be any of you guys. I know it won't be anybody deliberately. It's more random people or trolls or people who come in here and go, by the way, Solas gets clown makeup and becomes tainted with the blight and ends up, selling his toe beans online in the Fade to Elganan for, I don't know, whatever. Stuff like that. And that's what I don't like. And I know people wouldn't do it who follow me belligerently, but the internet can be like that, unfortunately. And we've seen today already a few people being in here and just saying things. So it's just like that. It's trying to avoid it. The cat Heather has seen things. Miss Patino, I'm the same Miss Patino. Literally, before the embargo in September, I haven't been looking at any spoilers. It was all the Bioware stuff. It was the reading a few impressions, but that was it. Oh, thank you, Sabamo. I appreciate it. Thank you. I will I'll consider doing a CC stream on Thursday or Friday or Saturday. But face. Yes, Wicked. There currently is an Inquisition. I hope there will be for Veilguard. Yes, Susan, I can't wait. I cannot wait. There was a question somebody asked, and I can't see where it's gone. Oh, I can't find the question. Leonardo has a goldfish brain, so when they've seen spoilers, they've very quickly disappeared. That's good. Yeah, a lot of chat avoiding spoilers. Oh, Eliza asks, what is your favourite Dragon Age character, Jack? Solas and Alistair. It's a hard for me to choose between. I do love my boy Alistair. He's like, I don't know, it's typical, but he's the first companion you really meet. Well, I know you not really if you play a certain origin, but he's the first character who introduces you to as a companion, introduces you to a lot of the things. But I love him. He's gullible. He's cheesy. He's silly. I love him. He's a great king. And I like his development a bit too, from Inquisition, where he's more burnt out, is annoyed at the hero for Eldon. But then Solas, I could talk about Solas for ages. For ages. I love him. I love him to death. I love his character dynamics. I love... He put simply, my favorite fictional character ever is the 10th Doctor from Doctor Who, and Solas is based on the 10th Doctor. So, I am hoping, though, as much as I want closure and Soul of Ellen and all that stuff, I do want to see how dark Bioware will take Solas in the next game. We've seen lots of things from Winter Nights and, Solas said to Llewellyn, Llewellyn, I think any Inquisitor, I can't remember, definitely Llewellyn at least, that he walks the Dinan Sharal and he would not have her see what he becomes, which means he walks the Valley of Death. What's that song? I walk through the... Yeah, anyway, he walks the path of death, and he doesn't want Llewellyn to see what he becomes, which sounds quite literal, as in becoming the Dread Wolf, or taking that mantle again, or physically becoming the Dread Wolf, or because he'll become something that he will not recognize, or get a new purpose, or something like that. So that idea crops to mind of, I want to see how dark he will become. Can we really see why the Dread Wolf was feared among, like Inquisitor, like he says about the Dread Wolf inspired hope in my friends and fear in my enemies? I want to see how dark Bioware will go with him. That being, though, like a separate conclusion or a separate ending. Maybe if he doesn't like Rook, they don't get along. What I'm also excited about, and the potential of, what if your Inquisitor really wants to save Solas, but your Rook is like, no, screw it. Is there a dynamic there? Can the Inquisitor and Rook fight? How are they going to get around that? Because your Inquisitor might love him, but then your Rook's like, So what's going to happen there? But as much as I want the closure and I'm going to have that lovey-dovey stuff, I do also want to see how dark Solas will go. Is that, munching on red lyrium and escaping the fade via that reality? Is that just becoming a wicked person? Is that Heather? Sorry, Heather. How is that going to work? But yeah, I do want to see that as much as I want to see the whole, maybe the Inquisitor dying. We'll see. Oh, Sabamo, I am indeed importing my Soul of Ellen for this. Yeah, I will be doing that. Yeah, she's called Salisa Lavellan, and she'll be coming back to get Solas and see what we can do. And as Heather said, I walk the Dinan Sharal. There is only death on this journey. I would not have you see what I become. Chat is now reacting to me saying that the Inquisitor. Yeah. Well, we'll just see, we'll do it. We'll see. If the Inquisitor dies, we ride at dawn. Personally, I'm looking for bad blood between Solas and the Inquisitor, but having my Rook befriend him. That would be cool. That would be cool to see. I like that. I would like that as well as the other dynamic. What if your Inquisitor wants to, sort Solas out, and then your Rook's like, nah, we're friends, bro. We can't do that, bro. Let's have a look. What else is chat saying? I wish they would remaster Origins and add a voice to the hero for Eldon. I think they will remaster Origins, honestly. I think that will be something that they really want to do. I believe somebody asked them that at their press show thing, and they were like, we'd like to do it. Yeah, Elizabeth, another good point, me talking about how dark Solas can be. I wonder how dark this game will be. It's a good point, I do wonder. What is chat's favourite characters? Jack's going to end up killing our Inquisitor. I love my Inquisitor. I love my favourite protagonist in a long time is my male Trevelyan, Josie Mancer. I love him so much. He is amazing. Let's have a look. Any more reviews on the Veilguard? It is currently sitting at 84 on Metacritic. Did Mark Darrah say 88? I can't remember what Mark Darrah said. Of course, Heather's favourite character is Solas. Jack Crash like Sandal. Run, Morrigan and Cole. My Goth Witch and Sad Ghost Boy, hell yes. Dorian, Miss N. Wilson. Fenris for Eliza. Dorian for Kyle. Morrigan for Elizabeth. Dory Manser, Tyler. Meryl, Wicked Fox. Calling off Fenris, Alice. Go on, Heather. You fight that. Yes, Heather. Heather's got my corner. Go on, Faye. Give me half the cast. Hello, Jeanette. How you doing? We are looking at the Veilguard. How it's reviewing on Metacritic, and it's doing very well. Vivienne Nicholas. Hell yeah. Zevran Fenris Solas. I have a thing for elves. You do, Nini. You do. I'd love a Sunder Elise. Hell yes. Reese and Evangelina, great. Hey Nan, thank you for that. I'm not going to watch it, but I appreciate it. People, the chat has already told us about that review, but I appreciate it. I'm not going to watch anything. I'm now ready. The reviews, the impressions already hyped me up. The reviews are doing really well. And now I'm just ready to play it on Thursday myself. Oh, what a good question, Virginia. What was I doing 10 years ago when Inquisition came out? I was 16. I was at college studying games design. I had just started. And I think my auntie was passing away at that time, so it was really quite a sad, miserable time. And Veilguard, Inquisition really filled that void. I was struggling socially in situations as well. So Veilguard, I'm so used to saying it. So Inquisition for me really came out at the perfect time in November 21st, 2014. It was a brilliant time, just to really sink my teeth into that game, enjoy it for what it is. And just chat about it with college friends and really connect over it. It's how I met Christian. I don't know if Christian's still in the chat, but I remember we were sat watching this Don't Drink and Drive. Stay safe from drink driving. And there was that song, Who's Gonna Drive You Home? Who's Gonna Drive You Home Tonight? That song, anyway, that played in the background. It was really cheesy. But it was just to prove a point of don't drink and drive. And then that was the first time we really sat together. And he was like, oh, what games are you looking forward to? I'm looking forward to all these games. And I went, and on his list, there was Inquisition. I went, that one! Inquisition! I went, I can't wait. And obviously I had fixated over it. And he's like, no way, me too. And we really bonded over Dragon Age and our love for the franchise. And it created a friendship. It really did. And since then, the game came out. We chatted about it. We played multiplayer on the first day it came out. It was brilliant. And yes, that's where I was really. And then since then, I'd have been watching Lady Insanity's content, Ability Drain, Biofan, Gamer MD83. Oh, Christian gave me some kisses. Oh, go on, Christian. Who else did I watch that time? Mainly Ability Drain, Biofan, Lady Insanity, and a few others around that time. And that inspired me to get into content creation because I was like, I love Bioware, loved Inquisition. And then we all, as a college group, went to Comic-Con about 4 months after Inquisition and met Gareth David Lloyd in the flesh, which was fantastic. Got a photo of him, the voice actor of Solas, for those who don't know. And that was also just brilliant. And then Trespasser came out, again, watching all the content, watching people's opinions on it, seeing what they thought, all the news reveals. And that, again, inspired me, but still didn't really get into it then. And then Mass Effect Andromeda kind of started lurking about, and we heard about bits of that game and things coming out for that, and we saw a few things. And that's when in 2016, before starting university, so I finished college, and then went, right, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And I'm going to learn what I'm going to learn from uni to then bring that into my my channel. And so I started doing that in 2016, around May. I say May, but then really, like, the first video I've still got up is from June. But I deleted a lot of them because you don't want to watch them. But it was around that time. And I just made videos on my Amazon Kindle at the age of 18, 17, 18. And then slowly went from there. And then we got news on the Rook book from Mac Dara with the book of the Rook on it. And I started covering it from there. And I went, right, let's talk about Dragon Age. I did a wish list video and went from there. And that's the history. And now 10 years on, no, 8 years on, sorry. We've been on this long journey together, from me making crappy videos on a Kindle to now, my own little room with things to record and actual equipment, and a huge, loving, fantastic community that I get to engage with and chat with every single day. That has been the pure joy of it. Has been really having a fun, really kind-hearted community. Obviously, there are parts of this community that aren't nice. There are parts of YouTube that aren't nice. That's just the internet for you. But the community that I've cultivated, the ones that it's attracted to my channel, has been really, really sweet, really kind, really passionate and excited. There isn't any of that animosity. There's no gatekeeping. I hate gatekeeping. I don't care if you got into Dragon Age last week. I don't care if you got into 10 years ago. I don't care when you got into the games. I hate gatekeeping. You can't like that game because of this. You're not a bigger fan. I hate that shit. Not a fan of that. You do you. You enjoyed the game. You like the game for what it is. No gatekeeping at all. Like, not a fan of that stuff. And I hate fandoms being like that. Well, I got into the game 8 years ago, so I know more than you. Do you? Do you really? What about a new person reflecting a different kind of mindset? What about a new person who has different ideas to you? What about a new person who likes a different Dragon Age to you, likes different aspects of it? So yeah, we've cultivated a very kind, nice, non-gatekeepy community, if that makes any sense, on Discord and through this channel. Really, thank you, chat. I'm glad you agree. Yeah, it's all Dragon Age lovers. New reviews, Miss Britannia, keep me on track. Any new reviews? But yeah, so that's where it started. Oh, Virginia, another question. If you could live in Thedas, where would you live? Oh, I'd love to live in Antiva. I was really torn between Antiva and Crows and Necropolis, Navarra, and Mornwatch. But Antiva, well, I'd live in Antiva, but I'd be a Morn Watcher living in Antiva. I love the fact that my Inquisitors living a happy life with Josephine in Antiva. I love that, because that's what I'd love. Kyle, Jack, you were my introduction to Dragon Age, and the series helped me a lot, so thanks. I'll forever be grateful for stumbling on your videos that day. Kyle, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Honestly, it means so much to me, so thank you. Thank you, Jeanette. I appreciate you love the way I think. Really appreciate it. Hell yes, Alice. Hell yes. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it together. How can we help, Alice? How can we help? What can we do to recruit all of your classmates to play the game? I know that, again, I don't know the full stuff, so please don't spoil it if you do know. But based on Twin Nights, we do know that a lot of Antiva will be occupied by the Qun. So it probably wouldn't be good to live there now. But maybe after the Veilguard, we'll see. Maybe during Inquisition's time. But I'd love to do Antiva, because you've got coffee, you've got sophistication, you've got, a beautiful, majestic buildings, you've got lush rivers, you've got that Italian inspired architecture, you've got a ripe culture. Yeah, it'd be nice, I think it'd be nice at least. Politically, it's run by merchants, so it's a plutocracy. So maybe it won't be good there, but, if we're living in a fantasy land, it will probably be Antiva. Lizard says, 10 years ago, I was in secondary school, going through some stuff, and Dragon Age and its community, as well as this one, got me through it all. It's so much than just a game to me. Lizard, love hearing that, and it's the same for me too. Like, it is more than just a game. And now, like, to be honest, I barely play Inquisition these days, because it's the community, it's the content creation, it's talking to fans, it's creating theories. It's more than just playing a game. It's everything else, the community, the content creation side of things. It really is, as mean and silly and full of discourse it can get sometimes. It has been a great community. Thank you, Heather. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I think living in the Vara would be cool. You could have pet skeletons. Ah, Sambamo, thank you so much. You're a positive force. Felt like I was sharing my love for the franchise. Your coverage with everything. Oh, Sambamo, thank you so much. No, thank you. I really appreciate it. Midori, is it making you feel old? I'm sorry. Any new reviews? Let's have a look. So, we did that one. 4 players D. I think that's Denmark. With the Veilguard, Bioware is returning to its most successful past. Hell yes. The fantasy role-playing game captivates with exciting characters and a crisp combat system, but is not quite able to revive the heights of its previous successful years. MMORPG, the game may stumble occasionally in its technical aspect, but its core, compelling storytelling, rich character relationships, and engaging combat make it an easy recommendation for not just Bioware fans, but any RPG fan. GameStar, quotation forthcoming. The writing can be overwrought, written by committee and occasionally forced, but it's also a major step forward for a team that needs the win. Veilguard brings us compelling characters, excellent combat, and a world worth saving. Hell yes. Mirror Station, superb visuals and art for a well-crafted entry that focuses on the action side, abandoning the RPG roots. Okay, that's combat though. It's not like RPG as in like choices and consequences. It's like the strategic. Solas goes there and Fade. What's it called? Stone punches that person over there, and that person does that. I believe at least. To be honest, chat, like a lot of people in my community are older. My analytics, I have more 60-plus-year-olds than I do 0 to 17-year-olds watching my content. I have like 0.2% 0 to 17-year-olds, and I have about 5% 70-plus. So I get people saying about age, but like Dragon Age attracts quite a lot of millennials, I would say, to even older than that. Thank you, Sabamo. I really appreciate it and your lovely words. Abandoning the RPG roots, I get it. Rook, like your name. But I think that it's more talking about the combat there. Again, I'm not sure, but it sounds like it because they refer to the action side of things. But we're gonna find out. Vandal. Veilguard is, therefore, a good game that is adapted to the new public, but it also preserves enough on a narrative level to please the most classic fan who accepts the approach to action-adventure and who will find, once again, a beautiful, well-constructed universe and a new episode that will give much to talk about in the coming months. And that means, folks, a lot more content coming your way. And chat, look, everybody's different ages. We're all very different ages because Dragon Age attracts so many different ages. MGG. Veilguard is the quintessential mass market AAA with all the qualities and shortcomings that implies. It's a great adventure with accessible, polished and well thought out content even if the freedom isn't there. This is obviously a major flaw for an RPG, and one that is likely to anger many players. Ironically, in seeking to be open-ended at all cost while avoiding taking risks. The game commits some major clumsiness in terms of writing. Veilguard is much better than the studio's previous titles, but it still lacks the arguments capable of reconciling it with gamers. Okay, fair. Veilguard is a return to form, assuming itself to be more of an action game. Some RPG elements have been pushed into the background as a result. The real history of the world, mixed with the history of Solas and our companions, in a plot that seems unappealing at first, but blossoms in the middle of the game, with breathtaking scenery and a very competent combat system. Dragon Age Veilguard is yet another fantastic RPG in a big year of fans for the genre. Hell yes. PC Gamer, who have always had a very, very skeptical opinion of BioWare, a genuinely enjoyable, gorgeous action RPG that lacks the storytelling nuance of previous games. The game's machine. Veilguard is a work that comes to the proverbial test after 10 years. It is immediately clear how complex the project was and how the video game world has changed over time. With a good combat system, a convincing narrative, and a good development of the relationships with the other characters, on some points it does not fully succeed in reaching the objective. I admit that so many words are actually too many, and I actually hope that someone has gotten to the end. Okay. But there really could not be another analysis for such a delicate work. Sales will decide whether it will be the actual relaunch of the series, in addition, of course, to us, the players of the franchise. Yeah, Miss Puccitini, 79 for PC Gamer is crazy. Literally. IGN France, Veilguard excels on a number of counts. Let's see if they're the ones you've been waiting for. Ooh, ominous. Okay. Sector. The latest chapter in the Dragon Age saga successfully combines the best of semi-open world gameplay with a balanced and engaging combat system. While the Veilguard falls short of previous installments in areas like side quests, really? Because Inquisition had fetch quests, so really? It falls short like in that regard too? I don't know. Story choices and dialogue depth. It excels in combat quality, world design, and audio-visual presentation, delivering some of the most epic battles in the series. Hell yes! The game is a rollercoaster experience. At its peak, it's entertained and amazed me. Yet at times, its lack of depth dampened my enthusiasm. We already read The Guardian. I personally don't like The Guardian anyway, but whatever. The Veilguard. Oh, we did read that one. Game Pressure, we haven't read you. There's loads more now. This isn't the end of Dragon Age that I was expecting. Woo! In this respect, the game must be rated very low. However, as an action RPG with a flair and beautiful fairy tale world, it turns out to be decent and sometimes even more than that. So they didn't like the ending. I think this is the only person so far who didn't like the ending, based on what they're saying there. That's at least what I'm taking away from that. Let's have a look. Nice. Cool. Again, more reviews added to the pile. Score still on 84. I mean, I'm not trying to be overly positive here, but even the negative reviews here have been not gleamingly negative. And they don't really explain why. So, this isn't gleamingly negative. The Veilguard is not the sequel I dreamed of 10 years ago. When the Inquisition's credits rolled on the screen. Nonetheless, the game reassured me that there are still people at BioWare who sincerely respect and love the Dragon Age world. However, if the series is to return to its golden age, the developers cannot allow themselves to take shortcuts and water down the key elements that made it special in the first place. But like, what elements are they talking about here? And I get it, you probably get specifics when you read the review. I do get that. I probably should do that too, but like gameplay-wise, story-wise. Veilguard leaves us with the impression that we bought the wrong... Yeah, we read that one. Did I say why? A mediocre action-adventure game, a scenario stretched to the limit, a poorly constructed world, and monotonous gameplay that bored me to tears. Okay. Oh, PlayStation new one. Veilguard is a must-have RPG this holiday season. There is so much that the Veilguard brings to table that it's hard to find something to dislike. Wow. The Veilguard is a complete package that gives you everything you could ever want for in an action RPG, or ever wish, sorry, I was reading that wrong. The Veilguard gives the complete package that gives you everything you could ever wish for in an action RPG, and is without a doubt a return to form for BioWare. Fantastic action RPG, after a bumpy start, delivers the best story in the series. Veilguard is one of the best RPGs I've played in years, and can be compared head to head. Yeah, we talked about that one. So again, really good reviews. We're getting still very positive ones, with a mix of a few negatives of people, one of them not liking the ending or the way that the game has ended. Others calling a few of the systems half-baked, the combat system, lacking that RPG depth in the combat, things like that. What are we saying, chat? What are we chatting about? I will take a quick tea break. I'll be back in 2 minutes, but just going to get some more tea and we can keep on chatting. So, BRB. Okay, we are back, chat. How are we doing? What are we talking about? Different creators getting reviews. Mortis, Mal, and Dantix, who were very critical, loved it. Oh, wow. Chat, what kind of crisp should I get? Thai sweet chili. Always the way. Miss Potatini. Most of the negative reviews seem to be pointing out the game didn't fit their personal expectations, which is fair. That's what 10 years of waiting and speculation would do to you. Very, very, very good point. I did say in the video that I made at the start of October, we now need to get rid of what our expectations of this game are. Because, we've had 10 years to think about what this game could be. And now it's really here. We need to delete that. And I get it, it's hard because you want it to be so many different things. But at the end of the day, BioWare have to create a game with their own vision and their own, let them cook. And so they have cooked. And this is what they've made. Which people will love, people will hate. Oh, hey Delago, what did you go for? What crisps did you go for? Yeah, I used to watch a few. I've seen a few of Dantix videos in the past, and they were very critical of BioWare. So it's good to hear that you said it. Oh, really? That's a really good point, Kivothi. The fact that Inquisition and Veilguard's sentiment is identical. Pardon me. Any new things? Still at 84, 49. Any new ones? Let's have a look. We've read that one. I don't know why it's coming up recently added and it's like... Yeah. Also, good point, JD Media. BioWare originally made this game to be multiplayer, and it's had a single player pivot, so it's not going to be the best thing in terms of like our expectations are wild. And they've had 10 years to make it. Yeah, they have, but also for like from 2018 to 2020, it was going to be a multiplayer game built on Anthem's code base. Obviously, it's still built on Anthem's code base, but it's now, became a single player pivot. That just means that they're not recreating every single asset or recreating a bunch of processes in the Frostbite engine again. They are now able to cross those over and stuff. But yeah, like this game was rebooted multiple times. It's not going to have all the choices from Inquisition. It's not going to... They've had to at least go at one point, right, this is what we're making, and we're doing this because we've now actually got to a single player game, which is a blessing in itself. I know to casual and mainstream audiences, they won't care about that, they won't see that, they won't think about that. But for us who have followed that story, the long development of this game, there was a fear, and you can see in my latest tribute video, there was a fear that it was going to be live service, multiplayer. What the hell did built on Anthem's code base mean? There were so many things about this game going in at the time the wrong direction. And now, in 2020 it brought the news, or 2021, sorry, brought the news that the game is making a single player pivot, and BioWare have that laser tight focus on making that game, and that's what's happened. Obviously we don't have all the choices, which is a shame. I get that a lot of choices aren't going to be made into the Veilguard, and there are other things that people don't like or they critique. Again, all fine, but at the end of the day, they had to solidify a vision, create this game as it was going to be something completely different originally. And apparently, something that we've all critiqued in the past, i.e. Mass Effect 3's ending, apparently one of the best things about this game is how it ends. One person said they didn't like it, but everybody else, a lot of people have been saying that too. The ending is... Oh, Jacob, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey Jack, I've been hearing that there were a decent amount of people who were promised codes and didn't get them. Do you think this was done to garner more positive reviews? I don't think so. I honestly have no clue about who has a code and who hasn't. I've been away this weekend. I saw Mr. Matty's got a code. I saw Luke Stevenson get a code, and he made a video about it. As far as I'm concerned, when you're press, that refers to like a gaming outlet, a gaming publication. So to be fair, it's a privilege for a YouTube content creator to get a press code, considering they are reserved for gaming journals, and obviously creators do get that, and that's what it falls under. I did hear Luke Stevens also say that there were only limited codes per country. But I don't think they did that to garner positive reviews, because they could have given me one and that would have been a very positive review, I think. No, I'm really sure. I wouldn't actually do that to be a positive one, but they didn't give me a code, and that would have been ideally a really positive thing to do, but I didn't get a code. So, but no, I don't think it was done out of that. I don't really know how they did it. I don't know who they've invited or given codes to. If they've given Dantix a code, that's a content creator who's been very negative about Dragon Age in the past. Like, if they've given him a code, that's saying something. But there was only a select amount of codes per country, I believe. So, yeah. But no, I don't think it was done to garner positive reviews, because, I mean, yeah, I don't think so. No. Heather says a lot of people were negative about Dragon Age, and they were giving codes. They could have easily only given them to positive people. They didn't do that, so I don't think so. Kivorthi says Dantix had several videos where he said the preview ruined his hype and he didn't like it, and called the Veilguard amazing after 100% completion. Yeah. I mean, I am again surprised Dantix got a code, because he has been quite alarmingly negative about the game from 2018. Like, quite insulting about it. I'm not going to bring that up, but I'm just surprised he got a code. But if he's saying it's good and he didn't like it and he was annoyed about it, that's a really good point. But no, he's a good example of somebody who I wouldn't have thought got a code, and he did get a code. So there you go. No, I don't think they did it to garner any kind of positive reviews. They just gave the privileged content creators a code, and they chose them for said reasons. I think some people are taking it too personally as well. Like, if I got a code, it'd be a privilege, and I'd be so humbled to get a code. Equally, I didn't get one, and I'm not bothered. But, like, you can't be annoyed that you didn't get a code. It's a bit too privileged, in my opinion. Like, how dare you not give me a code? I'm a content creator, and I've been talking about this game for so long. How dare... Like, well, okay, but it's a privilege to get one. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I think the conversation's escalated a bit too much, in my opinion. And again, I only saw a bit of it because I was away this weekend. But I was like, okay, whatever. Amber says apparently Act 3 is amazing. Literally. Heather, that says to me that BioWare are so confident in this game by giving it to someone so supremely negative. Literally. And it's true, I am very positive about the game. I'm probably going to have positive thoughts about it. Again, I'd be authentic for sure, but it'd be very easy to give me one and it'd be a positive. There'd be some kind of positivity towards it, if you get me. Not just purely positive, but there would be that element to it, because I do like this franchise. I like the game. I like what it's looking like. You know, whereas to give it to somebody who's completely negative about it, there's more. Again, like me looking at these reviews, I went straight to Kotaku because they did not like this game. And then they loved, beforehand, before they played it. And then they really liked it. And I went, oh, that's mint, actually, because they went from don't like it, not a fan of it, to, oh, actually, it's really good. And that's more believable than me telling you, I really like this game. I loved it. You're going to go, of course you do, Jack. You love Dragon Age and you've been talking about it for 8 years. Of course you like it. So I do get that perception as well. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate it. Thank you. Also true, Nain, Balana, some people will get a code anyway and they'll still bash it. I mean, that's the thing. It's a review code, so you can, not too bash, but it's to look at it critically. Yeah, exactly, Butterface Hill. Exactly. It's a cherry on top if you get one. If you don't get one, you're not privileged or entitled to get one. Also, good point, Susan, and exactly same here. I like reviews, but I do not let them decide for me whether I like the game or not. I decide what I like. I love that. Absolutely, like that introspection there. You know what you like. You know what you want. Don't let anybody dictate that. I love Mr. My Players, but if he doesn't like the game, I'll listen to him and I'll see why he doesn't like it. But I'll justify that for myself. Oh, Miss Putatini, have we checked the rock paper and scissors review? I like what it says. Oh, let's have a look. Thank you, Miss Putatini. Rock, paper, scissors. Let's have a look. I will control F. Rock. Not in here. Are you in a different console? Oh, publication A to Z. Oh, I don't know how to spell rock. That's how you spell it, right? PC. Oh, thank you, Miss Brutini. On it, on it. Thank you. Let's have a look. Exactly, Shane. That's exactly what reviews are. They're just people's opinions, and I don't take. I'm learning not to take things personally, and even if somebody doesn't like a video game, okay. If they don't like it, that's fine for them. More fun for me. That's why I was wrong. I was on the platform. Right. Rock, paper. Oh. Where are you? There it is. So Miss Pututini likes this. There is so much else that is impressive and Oh, I don't. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Sorry. There is so much else that is impressive and charming about the Veilguard. The absurdly elaborate and expensive finales, multiple, that cap off companion quest lines. Ooh, lavish, unique areas, rolled out for a visit or two, then never again. Brilliant, not like Inquisition. How story moments of real threats and menace stopped me in my tracks. Yes. Because it turned out that Bioware wasn't disinterested in this stuff, just saving it for when it really counted. The fantastic prose and world building in the hugely glossary filled as you know as fill, blah, blah, blah. The fantastic prose and world building in the huge glossary filled as you find notes and items. Love that. Love that. Thank you, Miss Putini, for guiding us to that. What a beautiful way. Talking about finales capping off companions' quest lines, talking about areas you're not going to visit over and over again to collect shards. The fact that Corypheus didn't really stop you in your tracks, and it was only at the first act, the end of the first act, and then towards the end where he's outside Skyhold, like from pebbles at the door, like come out, come out, come out. That actually feels like there's a real menace, a real threat. And it just showed that Bioware weren't disinterested in that stuff in previous games. They've now actually fully gone overboard with it, or they're showing it to us now where it really, really matters. Amazing. Yeah, exactly, Kivothi. Exactly. Very good point to make. Kitty says, at the end of the day, pre-orders are doing well, and a lot of people are getting it on launch. It's already a success in that regard. Hopefully it continues. It's true. And now, really, I guess the success lies in the sales. And these reviews will bolster that. We'll see. It really, yeah, it depends what it all means to us. Like from an overview point of view, from a global point of view, it'll be sales, it'll be Game of the Year, awards, but it will be down to how much it sells. But then on an introspective level, for all of us in the community, it'll be how much we individually care about it. So there are two sides to it. There's the global scale, how well Bioware are right now, how well they're doing, how well the game sells, if it wins Game of the Year, to then how we all care about it as fans in this franchise, what we take away from it, what we really like about it, and what we don't like about it. Like we talk about Inquisition now in hindsight, 10 years on. I think it's safe to say that Inquisition was a successful game. It won Game of the Year. I really enjoy it. It's my favourite one. But then we look at it now and there are a lot of flaws. The fetch quests, the hub-based open world approach, all those things, that we talk about, maybe some of the half-baked combat mechanics, a lot of companions, maybe less closure in that regard, half-baked antagonist. But we still love the game. We just critique it from that point of view, and it's also just my opinion from what I've said there as well. Other people will not care about that stuff. So it's how we look at that game too. And I still freaking love it despite its flaws. Oh, Hidalgo got Hal's sweet chili kettle crisps. They sound good. They sound great. Also, a good point, Buttface. It was about the impacts and the implications around Corypheus and the breach or the veil, the breach being created, the Venatori, and how it ultimately set up Solas's narrative as well. Yeah, that's a good point as well, Peaches. It's a good point. Exactly, Villainous Kitty. Inquisition's a very successful game. People on in the media and on a mainstream point of view do complain about Inquisition. I remember watching IGN; they rated it very, very highly, and then there was an IGN reporter be like, "Oh, who liked that game?" It's like, Mr. IG reporter, your company, the company that you represent, like that game because they nominated their game of the year and they gave it like a 9. What do you mean who liked that game? And that's where it gets a bit like lost in translation with like obviously a lot of different people and journals working internally and overlap and stuff. And obviously he's entitled to his own opinion, but the corporation he represents literally loved that game. Um, but like it was a very successful game. It won Game of the Year. It sold pretty well. And they weren't expecting it to. Bioware made that game. A few the developers made that game not wanting it to be successful because they wanted the awful game development journey they had to not show how to create a video game, to not show how games should be created with crunch, with this pirate ship mechanic, the Bioware magic things that we heard about in those Kotaku stories a couple of years ago. It was supposed to fail. It was internally supposed to fail to showcase that this is not how you make a game, and it won Game of the Year. It's very ironic. Very ironic. What else have we got in the chat? Yeah, Inquisition's fetch quests, man. Yeah, that's a very good point as well, Kavorthi. Very good point. Yeah, Jack, I get where you're coming from. I do get where you're coming from. Yeah, Jeanette, for us in the fandom, like, we have no control over the sales and that stuff anyway. That's all out there in the world. Us as fans, we're going to dictate if we like this game or not. And that's what matters to us, really. We're talking about very high level things that are out of our control. I think a lot of us here are buying the game, playing the game, going to try and find out if we like it for ourselves. But that stuff will, but that's all. If the yeah, how well the game will do, the success of it, if it wins Game of the Year, there's only so much we can do. Oh, thank you, Leonardo. Thank you, Leonardo. Appreciate it. Yeah, everybody, be careful with spoilers out there. Mute hashtags. I've been staying away from Twitter, honestly, just in case I see anything. But be safe out there for spoils. Any questions anybody else has got? Any other reviews they liked? I'm just really happy with this high Metascore. Again, though, as exciting as it is, I want to play it now. I just want to play it and enjoy it and see what I think of it and give you all that review in like a month's time. I think I might do it incrementally. I might just give you my impressions, maybe in a podcast. We'll see, and then do a review later on. We'll see. We'll see. I do want to give it time though, because I'm gonna be playing the game. I'm gonna be playing it first and streaming it, and then enjoying as much of it as I can. Yeah, no socials for me now, literally. Oh, DeCaster. Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. No, I did not. Game Rant's review. Game Rant tweeted their review. They did. Oh, thank you, DeCaster. They did 3 playthroughs and over 100 hours and said, I feel justified in my 10 years of waiting. And it looks like my 10 out of 10. Oh, go on. That's mint. Hell yes. Oh, I completely understand that, Lindsay, for people who do not. Yeah, yeah. Um, oh, yeah, Eliza. Yes, Eliza saying, honestly, I'm going dark after this video too. Thank you, Heather, for showing us that. It's so good. I I love being on social medias and stuff, but now it's just oh, I just saw photo mode screenshots on Twitter and it looks amazing. Oh, sick, sick. Oh, thank you, Ozzy. Appreciate it. Yeah, Gillette. I love Inquisition too. I love Inquisition. Yeah, for sure, Eric. For sure. Yeah, for sure. Me, Lisa, and Lambo will be divulging our thoughts once we finally get around to playing it. For sure, there'll be a lot more content coming from that too, because that podcast is strictly like a Veilguard podcast. But I know we've already done like 4 episodes, but there will be more. Oh, yeah, nice. Hell yeah. What is chat talking about regarding Jason Schreier? So hard to follow up. Same, Leonardo, Act 3. I'm excited. Oh, thank you for loving. I appreciate people love the podcast. I appreciate it, chat. Thank you. Appreciate the love. It means a lot. Oh, we've got a new review. The Veilguard is the epitome, or the epitome, sorry, I always say that wrong. The epitome of better than the sum of its. It's been so long since I experienced this level of joy in a long-form RPG. I have a compulsion to keep playing and finish one more quest. Hell yeah. Jacobs. Too kind, thank you. #1 favourite content creator, #1 for Dragon Age as a whole. So I'm really looking forward to your review until I see that I'm staying off socials. Thank you so much, Jacob. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's have a look through these. Any more Xbox reviews? Still three? No. Oh, we got new. The Verge. These first 40 hours of Veilguard were a slow burn, and I liked the change of pace. Unlike the other games with big explosive beginnings, literally an Inquisition's case, Veilguard took the time to build a world around me before shattering it just as I was getting comfortable. Now the game really starts. Ooh. Read that one. I don't think we read this one. BioWare took the time they needed to bring the Veilguard, to bring Dragon Age fans the perfect RPG experience. From style to story and everything in between, the Veilguard is everything I wanted from this entry in the Dragon Age universe. Go on. Still waiting for this GameStar one. I can have a look actually at what this review is and just read at the bottom. Translate to English. Try not to get any spoilies. And I'm not going to do that. Never mind. Ignore this review. Never mind. Oh, but first, they're talking about the Blooming Rose in my Discord server. It's an NSFW channel in the Discord server. Any more for any more. Doesn't look like it. We'll check PS5 again just in case. Games Radar, I think this is new. The Veilguard is an approachable, expansive, action-orientated RPG and feels like a true end to whatever the franchise was before. The book's not finished, but a significant chapter has closed. Ooh, that's exciting. With the Veilguard, while the Veilguard is undoubtedly different in many ways from its predecessors and takes lessons learned from Mass Effect to heart, there's a lot of love. There's a lot to love, mechanically and narratively, about the new normal and what is hopefully a foundation for what's to come. Oh, this ending. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Heather has said, I'm hearing Act 3 is one of the greatest things BioWare has ever done. And that is my cue to never go on social media again until I get to experience that for myself. God is a geek. Despite a few visual and audio issues, the Veilguard is just a really good time, plain and simple. Hobby Consolas. Veilguard is a strong return for the series. BioWare plays it safe by delivering a classic fantasy RPG adventure backed by fresh, dynamic combat. You may have seen everything in this game before, but that doesn't mean it's not a hugely enjoyable experience. I think we've read this one. No, we haven't read this one. The Veilguard isn't without all of its flaws, but it shows BioWare's qualities after Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem. The new Dragon Age may be less tactical, but delivers high-impact battles that still preserve enough RPG elements to be intensive and deep enough. With tons of choices and consequences to make, players are going to be hooked for this adventure for weeks. This is a new one. Veilguard is a compelling new entry in the series, taking the franchise in a new direction with more RPG-light ideas. The decision will alienate die-hard fans, but will undoubtedly win favour with new fans willing to embrace the series. Veilguard has a lot of fantastic tales to tell, a stunning fantasy setting to explore, a lovable cast of characters, and a dynamic three-pronged combat system that offers smooth archery, melee, and RTS mechanics. The side content and some visual details leave much to be desired, but overall, the big swing by BioWare might just usher in a fruitful new age for Dragon Age. Runner She, for UK, the Veilguard will be releasing at 4 PM, I believe. Yes. You know, folks, people in chat, if you know this, I don't know, I haven't seen it online, but people who've got the game early physically, right? How can they then play the game early if the game doesn't, like, distribute until 4 PM on Thursday? How can people with a physical copy then actually play it early? I don't get that. How does that work? Have they played it offline? How does that work? I'm really curious. Joe Video. We had a feeling when we got our hands on it last September, the Veilguard is imperfect, as it is most certainly one of the best role-playing games of the end of the year. 10 years after the Inquisition episode, the BioWare studio proves to us that it still has an undeniable talent for creating characters, bringing them to life, and taking us into a rich and living world. However, the construction of its scenery is not revolutionary, and its gameplay, as correct as it is, risks dividing the community. Fortunately, the writing, the subjects, and the themes behind this 4th chapter make it a great adventure. We have been thinking about it often since September, but after this test, we are not able to forget it. The expectations were perhaps too high, but it is worth the 10 years. Go on. Oh, thank you, Heather. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Miss Putatini. Appreciate it, chat. Jacob, one last thing before I sign off. Do you think they will do anything with the secret order that contacted us from across the sea? Oh, Jacob, you're the executors. I really hope so. I really, 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 really hope so. I really do. Yeah, I hope so. I believe in the new trailer we did see one. I freaking hope so. I am dying for executor law. Really, genuinely dying for it, so I hope so. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Thank you, Jacob, for the super chat again and for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you, chat. A disc doesn't get hard locked. Thank you. I appreciate it. Again, I don't know. I didn't realise. Yeah. But yeah, thank you, chat. Again, another gleaming review. Saying the again, similar expectations a little bit. Talking to myself there, but it's a good Dragon Age game. It's Andraste. Oh my goodness. The Gamer. Veilguard is a Dragon Age game like no other, and that alone will put some people off. But it brings with it the traditions of excellent character writing, strong world building through narrative quests, and offers the most exciting combat the series has ever seen. There is a stronger version of the Veilguard in here, one with more solas and companion quests that will find a more natural ending. But the one we've got is still a worthy successor to Inquisition, and it is a much needed return to form for BioWare. Go on. Extra Life didn't get a code, did they not? Really? Oh wow. Oh, thank you, Jacob. Oh, Jacob, really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot. Let me find the... Oh, there we go. Okay, brilliant. Dexerto. Veilguard is a stellar achievement that ends a decade-long dry spell. It tells one of the best stories in the series, fueled by some of its most memorable characters. It's not a flawless journey, but the minor imperfections don't detract from one of 2024's best RPGs. Veilguard is and isn't the game I wanted it to be. It's a rollicking, fun story where you fight monsters, save lives, and lead your plucky team of adventurers against impossible odds. At the same time, it feels more like Mass Effect than Dragon Age. And since the Veilguard is the climax of a story, it might be difficult for newcomers to hop into. Okay, if I set aside my expectations, it's a pretty darn fun action RPG that stands well on its own. More. We've got a lot more here. Flipping out. Eager to redeem it. This is Gameblog France, I believe. Eager to redeem itself with its community, BioWare took the time to deliver what is probably one of the most successful productions in a long time and one of the best games in the saga. Between its epic and touching storytelling, its endearing characters, its captivating fights that can be modulated to the will of the eye, its sublime environments that will enjoy exploring, or its that we enjoy exploring, or its answers to long-standing questions. That's the only thing I really care about out of there. My own personal take. The Veilguard is one of the best RPG games of this year. Newcomers will be welcomed with open arms by a story that sometimes flirts with the spectacular. The fans of the first hour will regret that the role-play dimension that made the reputation of the studio is more behind. The Veilguard is more about evolution than revolution, but BioWare is finally back. Flippin' heck, yes! What is chat talking about? Peak Dragon Age game is a dating sim with lore that makes me cry. So based on reviews, I'm so excited. Exactly, lovely Velvet. Exactly. Oh, okay. Thank you, Kira. I don't know much about Fextra Life. I don't know much about them at all, to be honest. Haha, hell yeah, Kitty. Hello, Soda L. How you doing? Good to have you join us. We're looking at all the reviews for the Veilguard, and a lot of them are gleaming. Not without fault, but very, 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 very good. And historically, with BioWare, with Anthem to Andromeda, we've known, based on reviews, going into it, kind of what it's like. Obviously, we're going to find it for ourselves. But with Veilguard, it's gleaming. It's really good. But these are just game preview, game press. We've had Mr. Matty Plays, who's apparently not enjoyed it as much. Katie from Guild of Fallon has loved it. And we've got Dantix, another YouTuber, who's loved it as well. Skill Up, not been the biggest fan. So we've got a good mix. Ultimately, I can't wait to find out what I think myself. The enemy. The Veilguard plays safe in a lot of aspects, especially in its combat mechanics and by adhering to multiple separate maps instead of a huge open world. I prefer the multiple maps. That's what Dragon Age is to me, personally. But yeah. That may seem disappointing, it doesn't, coming from a franchise that used to have high complexity in its entirety, but the excellent narrative and great companion development are more than enough to hold the game together. I mean, they said this part here, and I'm glad it's separate maps, not a big, massive one, so I like that, so that's better. Hello, Hunter! Yes, Hunter, we need answers. I cannot wait to get my Inky and Rook as well. Who is going to import their Solas romance? Hands up, let me see you. Give me an egg emoji if you are importing a Solar villain into the Veilguard. Oh, we've got a different game here. Life is Strange Double Exposure improves on the first game, with Max's evolved powers driving a compelling investigation across two timelines. Despite minor pacing issues, it's pleasantly surprised me and made me rethink my choices. I can't wait to play that game either. Hello, Katie. How you doing? Katie, I didn't realise that you were a solar villain. Oh, my lord. Look at those eggs coming for me. Go on. Oh, wow. Heather says, to quote Dantix, Veilguard is a triumph. Bloody hell. Look at those eggs. Enough eggs to make an omelette. That's what I can tell you. A lot of you are romancing the egg. Well, give me a wolf emoji if you want to see the darkest version of Solas. which may end in Llewellyn's death, Solas becoming really corrupted by the Blight, Solas becoming something even worse than he currently, even more dreaded, evil. Give me a big, massive wolfy emoji if you want Solas, Inquisitor Llewellyn to die in Solas's arms. I don't see any wolf emojis currently. Oh, we do see one. We do see one. Oh, we see a few. Oh, we see some. Maybe people have probably reacted to that before I actually said the part about the death. Oh, no, but Peaches wants death. Peaches wants death. Give me death. No, Melfina. Yeah, the angst. The angst. All of the angst. Cracking those omelettes. Right, what else we got? More. Yes, Evan, we can have both. Yes, Evan, yes. Yes, more. Oh, I'm seeing a lot more wolves and eggs. I'm seeing a lot of people want an Inquisitor to die in Solas's arms. But only after a happy ending first. True. I require tragedy. Yes, Wicked. Yes. Inquisitor can live, but Solas must die. Kyle. Ooh. What if I just want to slap the egg again? Slap him, but like passively slap him, like a gentle slap. I need sedated until Thursday. Same, Hunter. Same. We need to enter Uthenera. We need to drink some sleepy tea. I think I need to drink some sleepy tea for tonight, to be honest, because I don't think I'll be falling asleep quite easily with the fact that the reviews are so good and we're so close. Yes, I only stream on YouTube. I used to stream on Twitch, but you can't multi-stream, and I like just being on YouTube where my community is. Fade slap, exactly. Or a stone fist. Give him a good stone fisting. That's what I say. Multiplayer.it says, BioWare's new epic is an enormous, layered, sprawling, often overwhelming mix of various elements that desperately tries to offer a wealth of content aiming to appeal to every RPG lover, yet in doing so fails to truly excel in any particular area. We want one thing to be clear though. In the end, the experience is enjoyable, definitely exceeding the expectations we had formed from months of announcements and trailers. But there's really nothing that can captivate the player and elevate the game to the level of the genre's heavy weight. And that's a real shame. Because the dedication of the environment, because of the dedication of the development team shines through in many aspects. Like the structural depth, level design, ensemble dialogues, and even a combat system that ultimately is fun, but not quite enough. More than ever, this was a case where it would have been better to cut back, trim down, and streamline further, to offer a more focused and well-defined experience. Fair criticism. Fair, to be honest. I can see where they're coming from. We've got Every Eye. The Veilguard arrives at its launch with a proposal that unfortunately shows no sign of a development that is, to say the least, troubled. With over the years, the project has seen repeated change shape and progressives, whatever that word means. Although BioWare's work has all the pieces of a great role-playing epic. Oh yeah, in Alaria, I do have an Instagram at JackdawYT. I'd love to see it. Yeah, please. Yeah, you can send it to me on Instagram or tag me on Instagram, and I will see that. Because I prefer being on Instagram less than Twitter, because Twitter, easier to see spoilers. I'm sorry. Although BioWare's work has all the pieces of a great role-playing epic, these compose a ludonarrative mosaic that is at times disorganized, to the point of undetermining the power of the story and the solidarity of the gameplay. And the solidity, whatever. When the game shifts into gears, and it does, it is easy to recognize the Veilguard, the best in the best traits of the Dragon Age saga. But it is still difficult to overlook all those aside that. On the other hand, consistently dull it the overall effectiveness of the offering. Even on the gameplay side, we have detected some significant dissonance, though the actual turn orchestrated by BioWare proves to be functional overall. This play of light and shadow extends to every aspect of the experience. although it is ultimately the positive elements of the whole that triumph. In essence, the Veilguard is certainly not the best chapter in the BioWare saga, but this does not mean it deserves to be labelled as a role-playing game of little value. It is a work that knows how to be satisfying. However, we are convinced that, with a more coherent overall vision, it could have given more. Okay, that's their opinion. Digital trends, I think I've read this. Yeah, I did read that one. Read that one. Inverse, I don't think I've read this one. Fortunately for fans who've been waiting for over a decade for it, the Veilguard mostly succeeds in both heading in a new direction and showing the climax of what's come before, even if the growing pains of the new combat and an uneven story keep it from being truly great. I think this one's new. GRYonline.pl. Veilguard is easily the best game BioWare has released since Mass Effect 3. It has a better story and gameplay design than Inquisition, which I found mediocre at best. And it's a better game than Andromeda in every way. I won't even mention Anthem. But what used to impress me now just seems good. Maybe I've changed, maybe other developers set the bar too high. Maybe the students have surpassed the master. Maybe that's just the way it has been. We've read that one, we've read that one. Veilguard feels like BioWare playing it too safe. While it nails what it does best, like the excellent cast and interpersonal relationships, from a gameplay perspective, it feels out of date. Polygon. I think it's possible to enjoy Veilguard on its own merits. There's no need to know the series' minutiae to get what's going on, but many of the big plot reveals, TM, will feel more impactful if you know the DA universe well enough to understand their implications. Either way, don't let the slow start fool you. The game's cast of lovable weirdos will give you what you're looking for. And then we have Kotaku again, which I really did like their piece. The Veilguard pulls off old tricks with a level of polish unlike anything the studio's done before. There will inevitably be division and scrutiny around every choice BioWare made, but Dragon Age: The Veilguard represents the first time in many years I've played a game from a studio that didn't leave me worried about the future. Instead, I'm ready to look forward to it once more. Brilliant raving reviews. A slow start, apparently. The thing is, at the start, for me, I mean, again, I haven't played it. The first hour, it looks like it starts very quickly on a high. And that high, for me, looks so exciting that would keep me going anywhere with the fact that you've got Solas, the blade, all that stuff. So I'm interested in how it then slows down after that. I assume it's like, again, assuming, speculation, like Act 1 of it being like recruiting people, going to these locations, and understanding the elven gods, but really getting into the characters and building the Veilguard. Maybe that's the slow part of it. And again, Inquisition had a very slow start, and Andromeda had the slowest of starts. But the Veilguard at least starts on a very exciting note. Any questions or fun little chin wags, chats, anything popped up from those folks? Anybody wants to talk about anything in general? Anything that has come into to light? So, thank you, Hunter, for joining. Appreciate it. Cable Snarky, overall the reviews look pretty good. Obviously, not everyone is going to connect with it. Exactly. Solas seems to be too dexterous to be a king to me. Oh, yeah. Solas a king? I think he is too prideful to be a king, to be honest. Not even that, not even prideful. He wouldn't want to, like, what is it? No god need prove himself. Anybody who says is mad or is a lie or something like that. No god need prove himself. He doesn't even like the idea of calling himself a god. He feels like he doesn't need to prove it. He could just be it. Time machine time, I agree. Time machine time. Same, Kitty. Honestly, same. I am running on a high of dopamine reading these reviews. It has been very good. And again, from people's opinions, from game press who played the game for a week or however long early. These are opinions at the end of the day, but they are exciting. They are readying me up for a slow start, don't really care about that anyway. It's Dragon Age. I'm used to it. Very exciting ending. Act 3 is apparently amazing. Best stuff BioWare's ever done. One of the best characters they've done. Some very good writing. People don't like the action gameplay style, and they think it's less of an RPG, but the story is apparently banging. Thank you, Lindsay. Yes. Oh, Heather says, please, folks, stay away from social media. If you don't want spoilers, I just saw something I wish I hadn't. Right. That is my warning. Oh, thank you, Carbal Snarky. I appreciate that. Thank you. It has been hard at times. No, I'm not going to lie, it has been, but I really appreciate it. And it seems, again, I need my own opinion. It seems like it's all worth it in the end. Genuinely, if I like this game and I enjoy it, the 10 years of wait, the yearning, the clowning, the tinfoiling, the Taylor Swifting, all of it has amounted to this very good reviews. But if I like it, it will be all summed up and worth it, exciting and amazing, and I'm just excited to play it. I can't wait to take a break this Thursday and just play the game and, take a break from content. That's why I'm streaming now. I'd like to stream on the weekend. I'm going to see where I'm at, but I really just want to enjoy this game, especially with Heather saying that there are spoilers everywhere. I don't want to see anything like that, so I think I need to see what I want to do, but for the moment, I'm not having any. I don't want to give anybody any expectations. Besides that, I'm just going to be playing it and staying away from being online. Okay, thank you, chat. Lots of spoilers. Yep, I'm avoiding social media today. I might look on Twitter very, very briefly to look at my notifications and then leave. Well, yeah. I don't have the app currently installed. I just want to see if I've got any messages, so I'm not looking. I have notifications, but nothing crazy. Nope. Okay, right, well, bye Twitter. Goodbye, Twitter. Oh, Miss Putatini, a person in Larian has been playing Veilguard and I genuinely enjoyed it. It's so nice to see RPG studios support each other instead of focusing on a player-made comparison. Oh my lord, couldn't have said that better, Miss Putatini. Literally, I think I know the Larian person you're talking about, and it's so nice to see, there's no rivalry. BioWare created Baldur's Gate as a franchise to begin with, but it's nice to see that they both, and John Apple shared this, or Corin Bush shared the sentiment that it's nice that they both support each other, they all talk to each other, and there's no rivalry between, BG3 is better or Dragon Age. There's just, when it's for the games company, it's just people being kind and supportive. And when you are working in the games industry anyway, it's such a, I can imagine, hard, divisive landscape to work in. It's just nice to have that support for fellow RPG developers. Exactly, Hildego. There would be no BG3 without Dragon Age Origins, but there'd also be no there'd be no Baldur's Gate without Dragon Age, and there'd be no, well, I can't really say there'd be no Dragon Age without Baldur's Gate. Would there be no Dragon Age without Baldur's Gate? I'm not sure. But I know that BioWare wanted to create their own thing, and that's why they decided to create Baldur's Gate. Other people saying in the chat, anything for N7 Day? Oh, good question, that. I will probably stream N7 Day. I hope it gets some more concept art, maybe another trailer featuring Liara. I think with all the focus on the Veilguard, there'll be something for sure. Maybe an intermission, maybe a concept art, a few products. Something, but nothing crazy. But then again, last year was pretty big as that reveal trailer. Oh, thank you, Emozi. Definitely aiming to be as spoiler-free as possible. Yeah, I'm staying off Twitter now for sure. I will not be going back on there. I'll check it, like hiding it to see if I've got any messages. But besides that, yeah. Thank you, Fist of Fluorite. Exactly. DA is a successor to BG. Yeah, no Twitter. It's just, find your safe space, folks, and it's mainly Twitter. I think going on others, again, I'm going to be limiting them anyway, but I think Instagram might be okay, but it's Twitter when you're just scrolling through and suddenly, you know what I mean? And it depends what you constitute as a spoiler. But now, I am staying well away. It's Monday, game comes out on Thursday, we are so close, folks. NL Lorry. According to one of the devs, when they began the initial idea for Dragon Age, they were told, make it like D&D, but file the serial numbers off. Wow, that's brilliant. Chicken or the egg? Egg. Oh, brilliant, Tyler. That's the thing. I don't trust people to I trust people on my Discord to keep stuff in spoiler-related spaces, and they're really good at that. But like, I see so many people just not tagging things as spoilers and not caring and retweeting things carelessly. And again, not to harp on it, but we've waited so long for this game, and I want some person on Twitter who's played the game already to spoil it for me. I really don't want that. I really don't. So, yeah, I will be avoiding socials. If you want to connect, if you want to talk, chat with me, YouTube comment section is probably going to be taking a break from that. But Discord, my Discord server is the safest place for me. If you want to engage in conversation and things. And what I've done for my Discord server actually is separate it into spoilers per acts, a general spoiler chat, spoiler theory crafting, and a spoiler-free show your rook chat. And I'll try and think of more spoiler channels, but it's trying to make it as possible, so easy for it to be. Right, I can chuck spoilers in there, bearing in mind that's spoilers for Act 1, that's spoilers for Act 2, that's spoilers for Act 3. At least then you know you're going in there expecting no spoilers, but other than that, everywhere else is safe. Yeah, exactly, Nicholas. It is the worst thing about social media. Because everybody's so excited, and I get it, and apparently the game's ending is amazing, and we all want to know it, right? But also we want to know it ourselves. And somebody going, you know, by the way, Thanos dies. It's like, no, don't tell me that. I want to experience it for myself. I want to enjoy that. And yeah, it's trying to now just survive. You are safe on for my content, but obviously people in the comment sections, people in channels, people in comment sections, just be careful. Be careful, folks. Anybody got any questions? I'm gonna wrap this up in maybe about half an hour. If you've got any questions, we can still look at reviews. But anybody got any questions? Any lingering thoughts? Any speculations? Anything, you know? Oh, GameSpot. I haven't seen GameSpots actually. All said, none of my complaints detract from the fact that the Veilguard is a mostly sound game that works when you're playing as a class that can take advantage of its combat. I haven't run into glitches or game-breaking bugs. No side quest that I've completed so far has felt obtrusive or too fetch questy. And now I've distanced myself from the mage, each combat counter is snappy and avoids feeling too tedious or frustrating. So is he saying that mage is snappy and tedious? Yeah. The Veilguard feels like Bioware making a good Bioware game again, and that in itself makes me extraordinarily happy. Hello, Emrats! Good to see you! So what else? Yeah, read down. Yeah, any other thoughts, folks, on the Dragon Age, on the Veilguard, on the 10-year wait? I'm not really going to engage in the Mr. Matty conversation. I don't really know what's gone on. I don't really want to be honest. Yeah, any other questions about the 10-year wait, Dragon Age, the Veilguard? Any lingering questions? Any things that people want answered in this game? Yes, I am going to definitely make my Rook as Taylor Swift. That will be my second playthrough, for sure. For sure. I'm going to be doing that as my second playthrough that I'm going to stream, for sure. Oh, thank you, Fairy Wing. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was fantastic. Just so excited I could cry. Tyler wants Sandal to be in it. Hell yes. Just that one line. Enchanted. How is King Alistair doing? It's a good question. How is King Alistair doing? Don't worry, DT. No, chat. Don't worry. It's okay, chat. I don't really know what's going on. I'll read it in my Discord server later on, but I don't really know the context of it, so I don't really have anything to say on it really. But I'll read up on it later on. Should I be a Mourn Watcher or a Shadow Dragon? It depends if you want like gothic, Halloween inspired, skeletal, Phoebe Bridgers fashion sense, or if you then want more like Tavine, Angular, what else is of Tevinter? The Serpentine, Magocracy vibes. I think it all me and Biofan spoke on this. It all comes down to the fashion, I think. She is going to be Bill said that my Swift Rook is going to be BFs with Bill's Dua Lipa Hawk. Go on. Hell yes. I still want to see Stellan Arashok. Yes. Heather asks, do you think Solus eats Heinz baked beans or Tesco's own brand? I reckon he has Branston's. He's like he's the I'm not like everybody else guy, isn't he? That's what he is. Yes, Steph, we have to make it to Thursday. We have to. We're so close. We are so close. We just have to stay off social media. I will be chatting in my Discord server, which is safe and tagged with spoilers. But I won't be. I want to look in my comment section regarding my recent video. I haven't looked in comments for that, the tribute one. But I'm like, oh. But I'll be staying away from stuff. So if you do want to engage with me, Discord server is the best. Do you think we'll see Sten? I really hope so, JD. I think there's a high possibility with him being the Arashok and the Qunari going to shit in the Veilguard. I think it's a possibility. Fashion is the true end game. Wicked Fox, exactly. Exactly. Mavera Stellani, I cannot wait to see Mavera Stellani. Oh my goodness, yes. Solas is too sophisticated for his own brand. Exactly, it's true. We are ready. Yes, Mark, we are ready. I'll be seeing you N7 Day coincidentally day before my birthday. Oh, Eric, happy birthday for your birthday, man. Now to find some way to take my mind off the game before the last 72. Yes, yes. How do we take our minds off it, folks? Cairo Syrup, most likely, yeah. I might stream on Thursday, but with spoilers out there now, I think comment sections are going to be feral. I think streams are going to be feral. Heather's just said that she saw somebody randomly spoil something on Twitter already. I don't want to see any of that stuff. So my own personal safety of playing this game, knowing as much as I already know now, I don't want to see that. I really don't. So I think this most likely will be the last time I stream before the Veilguard. We'll see about tomorrow, but I am thinking that is most likely the case. I think I'm going to be hanging out on my Discord server. I'm going to be thinking about my Rook. I don't really know what else to do. What else do you do? Life is Strange comes out tomorrow, but I don't really want to play that. I don't want to rush that game for the Veil. I want to play it, but maybe I'll play it. We'll see. We'll see. JD says, Jack, name previous characters you think we will see we haven't seen yet. Ooh, I'd love to see Dorian, of course. Vaya from the comics, I'd love to see. Thank you, Cairo. Thank you, appreciate it. I'd love to, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see Mavera Stellani. I'm pretty sure. Again, chat, if you know, please don't spoil it. I'm just speculating here. I would love to see Josephine because she's my Inquisitor's bow. I'd love to see my boy Alistair back. I don't think it wouldn't make sense, but I'd love him anyway. I want to see Felasan from the Masked Empire. I want to see... I'd love to see Cassandra. I like Cassandra. Liliana, I'd love to... No, King or Kitty, yes. I would love to see... Isabella. Yeah, Fenris, Isabella. Mafal. Whatever's going on with Mafal, I don't know if we'll see that. I don't know, depending on the Well of Sorrows. I would love to see that, though. I'd love to see Mafal in some capacity. Who else? I would love to see... Like, a lot of it is the Twin Tonight stuff from the Twin Tonight characters. Boo, Cassandra, what do you mean, Ashley? Iron Bull will be cool. I think the only thing with the choices is we won't... like, Adorable won't be mentioned if we romanced Iron Bull. So it's like, oh, like, how do we know that that's the case? We don't. And I think it'll just won't be mentioned then. Which I think, but whatever. Zevran would be cool, but again, it's really a lot of variables. A lot of variables for Zevran being in the next game. Anders punching the air right now. Literally Heather. It was Heather. It was. But yeah, I am also... I do understand that it's a new direction. So I don't... I'm not too focused on old. Again, and the Inquisitor is coming back. That's the biggest hype for me. But so as much as I want to see new characters, sorry, old characters returning, I am also, we're going to a new continent. Some characters, it doesn't make sense for them to be there. Still, that being said, I do want some surprises. Felasan will be an amazing surprise. Seeing Sten as Arashok will be brilliant. Isabella has so much capacity to return. She's a pirate captain admiral now who wears a big hat. You know, she's literally would fit Lords of Fortune perfectly. So that would be spot on. Iron Bull. She hates all my Inquisitors. Ashley, why does she hate your Inquisitor, Ashley? But I can't wait to see Manfred, Emmerich, Nev. I can't wait for the new stuff. Ogren, go on, DT. I think it doesn't make... Oh, Cole. Cole's big on the list. I know, again, can he be a human? Can he be a spirit? That choice wouldn't have any implications. It's too hard. But I would love to see Cole, but that's far out there. Ashley says, Isabella would be fun because I can't think of too many who would be leading the Lords of Fortune other than her. I agree completely. Like, she'd be perfect for it. Manfred. I can't wait for Manfred. Same, Evan. Yes. Not even Steve Blum can save Ogre Steph. Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. Cole needs to be at your wedding. Absolutely, your Sullivan wedding. Yes. So, is that an aluminium hat you're wearing? It is a tinfoil hat, fax machine. It is a tinfoil hat. Yes, indeed, fax machine. Oh, DeCaster, that would be so good. Meryl will be good to see again. Meryl will be brilliant. Mother Giselle. Oh, I actually like Mother Giselle. She's nice. I like the conversation you have with her in the hinterlands. And my favourite piece of dialogue from Inquisition is, besides Trespasser, is fanatical belief is to blame. It's all this started because of something about this next world. It's time we started believing in this one. Love that line. It goes so hard. It slaps. Love it. Yeah, Bill, exactly. The caster. The vibes, immaculate. Thank you, good sir. Carry on. Thank you, Fax. Nice to have you here, Fax. How are you doing, Fax? Other books that have came out. The Missing comic. Yeah, Fenris would be perfect. Fenris would be perfect. I would love Fenris. If it made sense, though, of course. And there are a lot of variables as well, that's the thing. But, I mean, we killed Liliana in Dragon Age Origins, and look what happened to her in Inquisition. She just came back. And they made it even more of a theory. Yeah, Mika, I will be disappearing. Yeah. I'm not going to go on Twitter for a while. And I am going to be very careful in my comment section and not look at it really. Just so we don't get any spoils. Yeah, DT. Yeah, I think at that point it's like, yep, okay, can everyone come back now? Anders, Anders. Oh, DeCastro, that's a brilliant idea. I do love that idea. Yeah, I do have one like tinfoil theories I got wrong or tinfoil theories I got right. I definitely would like that. Yeah, I definitely for sure, for sure. I'm going to wrap things up, folks, in the next 5 minutes. So if anybody's got any quick questions, quick fire, quick thoughts, let me know. But I have been streaming now for 3 hours and I'm getting a little bit peckish. So the crisp satisfied me for only so long. But what has satisfied me more is seeing the so far positive reviews of this game. Of course, I'm going to critique it myself when we play the game ourselves on Thursday. But honestly, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. And to see these results so far is amazing. It's so good, honestly. Like starting this, um, this stream with like literally it all went to my head. The complete dopamine is insane. Leonardo, I am just wrapping this up now, but yeah, did you have a good dinner? Definitely, Melfina, definitely. But yeah, the dopamine effect of reading these reviews and hearing how good. Game Guides gave it a 72 out of 100. Absolutely, Aussie Sky. Thank you all for hanging out with me. You all have been here for 3 hours as well with me, just to see this, and everybody watching on the VOD. Honestly, I am so excited for this game to come out, and now it's just hibernation time. We can survive. We can wait. We're not far off at all. We're so close, folks. We just got to survive and avoid social media just for spoilers. Who did I make? I made pardon me, Liliana Divine. Thank you, Miss Fatini, for joining. Really appreciate it and helping me with the reviews. Game of the year, I hope so. I will let you know if it's my game of the year for sure. And if it is going to be my game of the year, you betcha we're going to be clowning the Game Awards. We'll get Lambo, see if Lisa's available, Marshall, and we will clown for Game of the Year. So the reviews are positive. People don't like it. Some people aren't that bothered. But nothing massively negative, really. Of course, just based on these. Heather has just said guys, which has made me wonder what she is going to type next. Thank you, Shane. Thank you all. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the support and love. Veilguard has gone from top 5, from top 8 on the top 10 list on Steam. Go on. Hell yes. That's fantastic. Yeah, thank you all again. For those who've seen my tribute video again, I just want to say a massive thank you for joining me on this 10-year wait of this game. Personally, 8 years on YouTube. It means a lot, and to have literally over 200 of you watching me right now. When I started with like 20 views, with me being a 18-year-old kid, not knowing what he was doing, it means so much to me that we've gone for this entire journey, and the fact that the game is doing really well, and we'll all have the opportunity to decide that for ourselves in the coming days. It's amazing. Now we've just got to stay safe. So, folks, avoiding spoilers. Be careful out there. Bill, and you are right, the clowning never ends. We'll be clowning the Game Awards. And like, again, I don't know what's going to happen at the end of the game, but if there's DLC coming, or can we clown for DLC? Hopefully. I don't think it's the end, but it's certainly a chapter closing in some regard. But yeah, we'll be clowning for whatever we can. But thank you again all for listening to me for this long. Really appreciate it. All the rants and the reviews and the conversation in between. It's been a true blast. If I don't see you until the Veilguard, I hope you all massively enjoy it, and it is everything you want from a Dragon Age game. If not, I hope that you at least enjoy what you can of it, or at least give it a good try, or see what your favorite streamers or YouTubers say about it. I will try and stream creating Taylor Swift. I'll let you know when I'm fully committed to that. For now, I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but I'll let you know. But yeah, I hope you at least give it a try. Not just let people who have negative opinions tell you what you should think. At least watch streams. Listen to some feedback, some reviews. People you trust in this community, or yourself, really. Giving it yourself. If you don't want to give it that time and effort, then at least seeing what other people think about it in this community as well as myself. But anyway, folks, not for the last time, but at least for a while, I've been Jackdaw. And I should go and hibernate from all the Dragon Age spoilers that are lurking online. hopefully I will see you when the Veilguard is out. Maybe before, maybe after. We'll see. I don't really know right now. Either way, good reviews for the Veilguard. But until then, I've been Jackdaw, and I should go.